Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Flank. I'm joined by the one and only, the human turret, the world champion himself, one of the best ARs to ever do it. Give it up for Sam LaRue, aka Octane. We got some of the best analysis in the game. He's been going to every rave in the world. Give it up to the world champ himself, Christopher Duarte, aka Parasite. We got the multi-world champion, the multi-champion, a legend, an icon to the Call of Duty space. Give it up for Patrick Price, aka Aches. And we got the one and only, the executive producer of The Flank, Benjay Nassim. And today, we got a special guest in the building, superstar from the Vegas Legion. Give it up for Dylan Attach.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Tom. I think you mean star, though. I think you mean star. Shout out.
Star.
Oh, yeah, my bad, Dylan. My bad.
That's great.
Oh, no, that's fantastic.
But
man.
that's my duo. That's the world champ. It doesn't matter. Some machine gun, assault rifle, multiple titles.
I map one over. Welcome.
I mean, MVP. I mean, Dill, you got it all,
Dylan
Dill.
cashes all the overs, bro.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, you've
Map
been
one,
also
map two, map three,
winning
map
us some picks as well, Dill. You've been winning us a lot of picks.
Hey,
So
I'm
shout out
happy
to
to help the
Dill.
bros out. Happy to make you guys some money.
Of course, man. It's an absolute pleasure. Use code ZOOMAA, prizepicks.com. But Dill, how you doing today, bro? Good win today. Fantastic win. How are you? You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. I was real proud of the team to win a couple of HPs in like dominant fashion. So just want to keep that going, especially for the major coming up. Want to be on point.
Hell yeah. We'll get right into it in just a second, but let's see how the rest of the co-hosts are doing. Sam, you doing all right, Sam? You doing okay?
Doing
It's fine
fantastic, Tom.
That's
Doing
good.
incredible. The best I've ever been.
Yeah, I know the matches were really exciting today in the watch party today, Sam. Very exciting.
I don't want to spoil anything, but as you know, my mood correlates to how the Thieves did, and I'm doing fantastic.
Phenomenal. Chris Duarte, how are you, man? Any
Good.
raves
Not
this week? Any fucking raves?
Nah, bro,
Insane.
chill. I was saving that for Miami, but I'm feeling better. Not sick anymore. As you can tell by my voice, it's back. I don't sound like simp. So, yeah, we're back. We're back. I'm excited for the match.
I'm glad to have a healthy Chris back in the room. You know what I mean? And living your best life. It's phenomenal. Pat, how are you doing, Pat? How's everything with X Defiant? How's everything over there? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm doing good, Tom. Keeping on. Just doing the day to day. But yeah, overall doing great. Flank hitting all-time highs across the board, Tom.
Yep. Good
First
episodes.
week doing well. Everything's doing good, Tom. Everything's doing good.
Yeah, we appreciate everybody who's been tuning in and showing love. It's been an absolute pleasure. Ben, how are you? I heard you were raging with that nub, aka Enable, in FIFA. I actually tuned in with FaZe Temper, and we were listening to you guys argue with each other. It was actually
He
hilarious.
knows no ball. It's all good.
Yeah, so what was going on? He was running the Annie, and he was what, fucking up or something? What was going on there?
No. I was running the Any, and my midfielder is nowhere to be found. I was trying to
Okay.
explain to Ian that I need him to track back, but
Okay. So you
just
guys-
like everybody else in the club at times, they all know how to just fucking hold forward on the stick. They don't know how to do anything else. Either way, though, we won some games, lost some games. It is what it is. Watched some interesting matches today.
Yeah.
And we're getting to a point where 6 teams have got their winner bracket spots locked in for this event. Obviously, Dill's team, one of those teams, but there are 2 more spots up for grabs, and we're gonna get a lot of clarity, I think, tomorrow.
Yeah, so
Another
obviously
16
we had 2 quick matches today. We're going to go over them. We got Dylan who's joining us for the first match as well, and then we're going to hop in and do community questions. We're going to spend a good chunk of time on community questions today, so you guys will have a good opportunity to come in, command Discord in the chat, join the stage, and ask away. You guys can ask us whatever you want. So because we got limited matches today, we'll answer more questions. But let's hop into the first match of the day. We have Seattle Surge going up against the Vegas Legion. This one ended up being a 3-1 finish in favor of the Vegas Legion. The only map Seattle was able to take was the map number 2, which did end up going all the way down to a round 11. We'll scroll down and take a look here at the score sheet, but holy Jesus fucking mother of Christ, look at this shit. It's Seattle Surge with a red carpet. They unfortunately fall flat yet again. And it's Vegas Legion who get the W to kick things off. I mean, Ben, we'll start with you. I mean, what did you think about the series? And of course, we also got Dylan in here, so you can ask him whatever.
I mean, listen, I want to give the props to Vegas because at the end of the day, you can only play who plays in front of you, and they execute a pretty clean series against a Seattle team that is just horrendous. Every spawn was horrendous in stage 1. It's horrendous in this stage. But another great series from Attach. I want to give a lot of shout out to Purge today. I know everybody's waiting for him to have one of these series, and he was fucking everywhere from the first map and on in this one, making life easy for everybody else on the team. Gio had his moments, Nero had his moments. If you're a Vegas fan, you got to be feeling good after this series, man. This is the kind of clean card you want to see and build momentum to, they're going to get a tough winners round 1 matchup. no doubt. But these type of matches go a long way to an upset in a deep run next week.
Yeah, no, 100%. Sam, what did you think about the series? Obviously, Seattle Surge, they just continue to struggle. They have a hard time just getting kills as well, just keeping up in the slaying department. I mean, where was your head at during the series? What did you think?
I was just impressed in the respawn gameplay. There were a couple trolls in the search, which I will probably get to, but the one thing that I think I really took away from the series was Dill. They did a listen in map 1 with you guys during the second P3 break.
Yeah.
I think, and just like the level of coordination that you guys had is like really something that we haven't seen this year. And I think it's like for how these maps played out, that listening pretty much told us everything that we needed to hear. So I was super impressed with that. I mean, both hard points really were not close at all. So one more thing was the Nero didn't have like his best series, and obviously Purge stepped up to the plate, but he's been making really good plays, man. Like even like we're not expecting these 1.2 series from him, but just like the eye test and what he's doing on the minimap, he's really never in the wrong spot, even if he's not getting the kill. So I just wanted to highlight the respawns for sure.
Yeah, Purge has been really good for Vegas. I mean, I definitely think the role change helped a lot. Dylan, I know you talked about that, just the way he naturally plays, like the rivals kind of been fitting him a lot better. And plus, I always think he could just get better and learn as the year goes on. But that is one thing I was saying on the watch party, that I wanted to get a Purge Vegas Legion jersey, just for the sole fact that all the hate, everybody ragging on him, he's still here and he's putting up numbers, and he had a really good series today, and he did his thing. So I'm happy to see him going out there, and Dale, I'm sure you guys some of these scrims get a little rowdy. You start screaming at each other and some arguments break out, but it sounds to me like the camp has been pretty productive. How's scrims been going? How's the team culture? How's everything going with the squad right now?
Everything's good. I mean, we're trying to build a lot more consistency because, I mean, we're still a new team. This four started playing together beginning of this stage. So I don't even know if it's been like a full month yet, maybe a little over a month, but it's just trying to have that good foundation because like Purge, he just became a pro COD player this year, started playing competitive COD 2 years ago. Geo hasn't been playing for that long either. So it's trying to like build that foundation, give them the fundamentals they need in game, and it's working slowly but surely, building up. But it just takes time. Like you guys know from being professional players, you don't instantly learn everything: how to rotate, how to hold, when to break, how to communicate. But that's kind of what we're really focusing on now, to like try and go from the 5th through 12th to maybe get better towards like the top 4 teams.
Yeah, I mean, I've had my fair share of criticizing Purge, and as well as everybody else here. I definitely think consistency has just been like the number one thing, right? Like, what is something that you guys have been focusing on just to be more consistent? Like, is there anything that you felt like you guys really need to focus on or lean into, or is there anything in particular that you think really helped you guys in this stage?
I think looking back at some of the respawns we've played in recent matches, like knowing when we need to just get a kill and like finesse our lives and like wait instead of just go, like waiting on each other to break certain hills. Our big issue was just we're running around so much. Sometimes when you have a hard point where you're holding, you just set up, make them come to you, and you kill them. Right. You don't really have to overthink and do too much because that can cause you to lose. And that's kind of what's happened to us on the maps that we have lost. So just making sure that when we're in control of the game, we keep in control of the game.
Yeah, being able to change those gears and knowing when to play fast, when to play slow, for sure. Duarte, let's go to you. Seattle, they got smoked today. Vegas, they come out, they take care of business. I could argue it should have been a 3-0. I thought Vegas probably should have won the search, but what did you think about the series, Chris?
I like that Vegas has just established some maps that they look really good in, and they're consistent in their series. So they've been looking good in there, and they have a pretty diverse map pool too. So like when it comes to the top teams, they have a little bit of like flexibility in terms of what they can play them on, and they're probably the team that's most likely to cause an upset. So that's amazing for you guys, Dylan. But I wanted to commend the Seattle Surge actually, because they finally stopped kill whoring. Granted, it didn't really help them too much. Those last couple series that we watched them were really brutal, and it just kind of didn't make sense the way they were playing. But at least they were trying in this series. But
I want them to go back.
Yeah, they might have to go back.
Do we think that there was some kill whoring going on map 1 for Seattle? We were talking about it live on the watch party. At one point, the slaying numbers weren't making a lot of sense depending on how the flow of the map was going.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's entirely true.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just run into those issues with hardpoint in this game where you're getting a lot of useless kills because you're just putting yourselves in tough positions where you're always having like breaking stuff. But on the the Legion front, I mean, like they finally got some clean hard points on the board because that's been their biggest issue as a team. Obviously Purge, the main suspect there in those hard points, just not having good maps. But he finally came out, he did his thing, and he compensated a lot for Nero's gameplay. He had a lot of damage, high kills. He played great. So I mean, it's good to see that Vegas is improving. They're definitely my dark horse team, going into this next tournament.
Yeah.
I agree. What do we think of Seattle?
Hold on 1
Yeah,
second.
go ahead. Go ahead,
Pat,
sorry.
we had the Seattle Surge going up against the Vegas Legion. What were your thoughts on the series? Go ahead, Pat.
Yeah, Tom. So I watched this whole series, start to finish. And I gotta say, Tom, first and foremost, if Purge keeps playing like this, he's gonna find himself in CDL caliber real soon. Real soon.
Wait, what was the last tier?
Challengers calling.
Challengers calling.
I'm just calling is crazy.
That's insane.
But for me, I mean, again, he obviously fried today. But we got to take it with a grain of salt because it was against the worst team in the league. But it's an improvement, right? No matter who, back to Ben's point, like you only can beat who's in front of you. And if he keeps playing like this, Tom, he's going to be moving himself up the tiers for sure.
That's good.
The rest of the squad doing their thing. I'm glad to see Nero honestly have a bad series and this team still be able to win. Of course, their star player Attach doing his thing. As always, Attach, I took you more, by the way. That hit, as always.
I got you, brother.
But yeah, Tom, I
funny.
mean, I agree. I think Vegas Legion are my dark horse team as well.
Oh, you think Vegas Legion's your dark horse team, Pat?
Yeah, absolutely.
One thing I wanted to say though
Yeah.
to Dylan is like, listen, I'm not going to take any credit for it, but thank you for listening. Because when I DM'd you like back at the beginning of February, I told you if you don't trial Geo and you don't pick this guy up, like you're kind of fried. Obviously, I thought Purge was going to be the one to go on the roster because at the time, obviously, we didn't know that you guys had internal issues. We were just looking at strictly performance. But you guys picked up Geo, and he's been looking better and better every single match. He can do it with the AR. He can even do it with the sub, and he's really good, man. He's aggressive. He plays with a lot of confidence, and I know you play with him every single day, and you can tell from his comms, like that guy is passionate. Like,
Yeah.
So you got a good piece there, man. If he keeps playing well.
Oh no, 100%. I mean, he's just a very talented player, and like that energy he brings too. Like when you pick up like that, those young rookies, you love hearing them get hype and like yell and just bring that passion because it's like it reminds you of before you won like a championship or became a big name pro. Like they're trying to fight so hard to make it. So I love teaming with Gio, and
Motivates everybody.
he's an absolute shooter. So it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was a game-changing moment here in the map number 1. I like the play call. I guess breaking this hill, you guys just played around the streak here and just got red control, and just let Purge streak. But it was actually what Purge did after the streak. So he calls in the streak, and Seattle Surge. There's really nothing they can do. They have to run inside. They have to play their lives, but they get out. But it's actually Purge who's able to make the play here. He finds one low red. He turns the corner. He picks up 2 trades, and he's able to find a big 3-piece here to break on into this hill. I thought that was one opportunity there where Seattle might have been able to bring that back. And then also, Dylan, I don't know if you saw, but I showed your spree already. I showed that little spree that you had. I honestly thought that spree that you had, Dill, won you guys the game because once you got that time, you got that spree, you were able to chain a couple hills together and you built so much of a lead that it kind of just put them in an absolute blender. And then Purge actually makes the play here at the end of the map, too. He gets into the
Wait,
P1.
hold on. Can you back up a second? Dylan, did you spawn? Can you go all the way back? Dylan, did you flank those guys? Tree, or did you spawn back there?
I spawned there
Okay. Well, that's just hilarious.
because the spawn points are either like
happens
coop
on this
or
map.
market, and then like green, backsat, diner. So like,
why I don't. This is why this game's so dumb. Like, why?
I think the hill was white for a split second when he spawned.
yeah, when the hill goes white and the spawns just get chaotic.
This
Oh,
is
real
crazy,
quick,
bro.
I actually want to talk about it because we actually got a patch recently for Skid Row.
Oh yeah, hey,
that
what
you
I
guys
tell
aren't
you,
playing
Tom?
The hill
on
wasn't
it,
white.
and-
This game sucks.
And Pat's his idea was pretty much confirmed that there is a certain amount of spawn points on each place, and if that spawn is used recently, it goes on a cooldown basically, and no one else can spawn there. The problem is, from
What
what
can
the
I
looks
say? I
of
know
it,
ball.
is the priorities, the spawns that are like the main spawns for each hill. There's not 4 spawn points back there. So if like 2-3 people spawn there, they take them up. That's when some fugaze happens.
That's
I don't
why the 4 beds
understand.
are insane.
I don't understand why they just don't make 4 spawn points on each major spawn.
Yeah,
It
you
doesn't
talked
make
about
sense.
this.
It's not
Yeah, I
necessarily
tweeted about
true that there's not enough spawn points back there. The way it kind of works, Chris, is like let's say that spawn goes on cooldown. In this case, it would downweight the spawns nearby, right? So like, imagine all spawns are assigned a value, like a point value, positive or negative.
So their priorities
And
as
if
that one gets used.
well, just imagine that one gets used and a teammate dies near it, right, within the certain distance from it. And then because that event occurs, it downweights all nearby spawns a certain amount. And if all the spawns are downweighted, and it's no longer the best spawn, it's obviously
Yeah,
that's what's going to
they
occur.
actually even mentioned that in the patch notes. They basically said that the spawn point is also influenced by the time a player dies from it. So like if a guy runs out and immediately dies from that spawn point, hard point, he's just way less likely to spawn there again. And it's to prevent spawn trapping, which is, I think, is hilarious because you're basically punished for having good setups and trapping people.
But
which
they
is
made the map
ridiculous.
worse, did it not, Chris? They made it worse.
I made
I
every
haven't played
map
it.
No.
for that.
No. They only
They did
it.
not
oh,
make
they
it worse.
They only changed Skid Row. That's the only map they changed.
Wait, I thought I saw clips of people saying Skid Row got worse. Is
I
that not
think
true?
I don't know.
so. From what I've played, the map, the spawns themselves changed, but the areas in which you spawn didn't. They just moved them further back, so it like creates a little less flood kind of
Yeah,
scenarios.
there's
Like
actually a good spawn. Like
yeah, there's
your
like
favorite.
movement and flow to Skid Row now, whereas like some of them you still get like some dog shit spawns, but like for example on the Barber Hills, the P4s, like you're not just spawning everywhere all the time. There's like it takes time. You have like lapses in gunfights, like that you spawn in the same general area, they just push them back. So you have more time to think
From
as
playing it, I
opposed to
kind of
just
liked it
running
better.
and gunning.
Right.
Yeah, I kind of liked it better after playing it a couple times. But I wish they would have done that to other maps because I feel like Skid Row was probably the least problematic out of our entire map pool. Maybe they are going to do it and it takes time because a lot of people, like when I tweeted about it, I was getting like flamed for like cooking Sledgehammer. I wasn't cooking Sledgehammer. I was basically cooking the spawn system that basically carried over from other games because Sledgehammer is essentially trying to reverse the damage that other game developer studios had with their current spawn system. I was just roasting the confirmation
What-
because I was like, there's no way this is true. And then they confirmed that it's fucking true.
What I'm
So-
curious is, based on that logic, though, I wonder if suicides trigger that event the same way as a normal player death would. Because if that's the case, like, I mean, obviously haven't played the new Skid Row spawns, but like if you spawn up and just Simtex yourself, you could, basically
Force it from gay
manipulate
spawn.
getting that.
There's
yeah.
there's punishment though for suicide penalty. There's a
Yeah,
suicide
I
there's like a
mean,
penalty.
yeah,
thing, so
but if
it's
you
not
only
ideal.
if you only get like a 5-second respawn delay to not have your team get shit spawns, like I mean, I think that would be
Well,
pretty
that would
good
be
idea.
There
fine,
was,
but it's too much to risk. I think.
I think it's also it's not necessarily like the suicide thing. We saw it in an Optic match a while ago on a sub base. I think it might have been against Minnesota, but Ken spawns in insta streaks without taking a step and force spawned his teammates out on a pinch. So I think it's also like if you're genuinely like hard like Forge Halo 3 type spawn point, like if you're hard blocking the area in which that spawn is, I think you can genuinely block it. So like that's another thing that this is the reason that I thought that like what they confirmed in the patch notes the other day was like what it was, just because Ken literally didn't move and just literally hard blocked his teammate from spawning there,
Yeah.
which was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's hop back into the map. A few things here in the S&D. One round I just wanted to highlight here from Nero Dill. I thought Nero went fucking crazy right here. I don't know how they didn't kill him in this round. He was kind of stuck in a corner, and I feel like if you're Seattle Surge, the smart thing to do would be to push him out together and just trade him out and just get him out of there. But they kind of just one by one just push him, and Nero he was able to stay alive. Brezzy pushes him by himself, and then you see a Boozer trying to come in for the trade, but Nero just does a good job putting shots down and just staying alive, honestly, just buying time for his team and going crazy. So really big solo round from Nero right there, a.k.a. Z Carbone. Then we move into the next round. This is the 2-3 round. And honestly, in this round, this is just Hook getting turned on. Hook tried to make a play. Now, what do you guys think about the play here from Hook in Seattle? I mean, granted, Hook got turned on. He probably has a kill, but do you guys like the play on defense? I mean, he plays a corner, closed dumpster here, and then he just goes for a fucking YOLO fucking go fuck yourself play, and he gets booped down. I mean, do you like the play here? Because then Hook dies, he gets blooded, And you can see the whole map control just slowly dwindle away for Seattle Surge, and Vegas just pounce on them, and they can't do anything.
We'd
I'm
have to
not
go
entirely
back and
mad at the play. It's because,
Yeah.
sorry, my bad, Ben. But I'm
Okay.
not entirely mad at the play because, I mean, his teammate put shots down. So, like, if he goes,
knew
for
where
that
they
instant
were.
Trade, worst case scenario, he goes 1-for-1. He gets trade out, but then he gets information on the rest of the players that are all there. So, like, in hindsight, it's not that bad of a play. He just can't get turned on.
Yeah.
he just has to win. He has
Anything
to win
looks
his
bad
one.
if you get turned on.
Because Brezzy was watching the bomb cross, so like Brezzy wasn't even there to like get a trade. Because if you see here, he's watching the bomb cross. But
In any other scenario, that's
Yeah.
a 1-for-1 trade with information on multiple players, and you take one out. So it's not a bad play. He just had to win it.
Yeah, his
Can I
center
ask
was
a
little off
question
there.
real quick, Tom, to Dill? I noticed
Yeah.
the first two offensive rounds on this map, you guys were like getting everything you wanted offense on B, and then you guys kind of switched up and started going to more like default A hits, and it really wasn't working. Then you guys kind of tried to go B back again at the end, and we'll get to that. Like, is that like a game plan thing? Did you guys kind of see on VOD? Do you think the alien you kind of can exploit things, or was that more just like playing the flow of the map, trying to mix it up and see if you guys can keep the momentum going on offense?
I mean, with Seattle, their setup was pretty basic. Wait, do I hear myself twice?
Yeah,
you're
someone's
right.
echoing.
Oh.
Good.
Nah, yeah, their setup was pretty basic. Like Abuza would play River every round, RC would play B, and then Huke was either in Cafe or like P1 tank area, and same with like Brezzy. So we just kind of messed up trying to trade those kills. Like when we would kill P1 tank, we know he's Freezer. When he's Freezer, if we kill Freezer, we know he's P1 tank. But like I think we just weren't trading effectively to get control of the site. So that was just kind of on us. If we just properly traded it out and got control, it should have been a free win because we knew essentially where all them were.
Yeah, there were a few plays that I am going to bring up. But before we get there, I mean, this was just a weird play from Seattle that ended up working. I mean, Hook, he ends up getting turned on, but Hook, he ends up making a lot of plays in this map that ultimately ends up leading to Seattle Surge again.
I should have just waited. I literally should have was like, Nero called out there was 2 P1 tank. I literally should have just laid there and then like let them get comfortable and then popped out on them.
Well, they
I
smoked
probably could have got a free
first.
2-piece.
Did the smoke? What were you guys talking about when the smoke hit the floor? Did you know that they were playing here? Did you think it was a juke? I mean, at this point, you don't know if they're just trying to bait you guys out or what. They had a really weird strategy here, like playing through mid, like kind of waltzing up through mid. I mean, it did end up working for them. I do like the setup here. But Dill, you said you should have waited, or what would you have done?
Yeah, like because we knew they were P2 tanks and Nero could still or P1 tank, Nero could still see the cross.
Mm-hmm.
He's called them out 2 were there, so I should have just like waited here because no one would have expected me to just be on the other side of the tank.
Right.
And I just pop up on them randomly and get some free kills. But I just tried to move and it didn't work out.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah. You could have stuck the setup and just waited. Yeah. I mean, you kind of in a pickle there. They could have checked it. I mean, I feel like that spot's getting a little bit more common now. People might check it now, like that side of the tank.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good setup. It was honestly a good round from Seattle. They kind of just worked it. A good round there. And then this is the round I want to talk to you guys about. So one of them was the 3-4 rounds. I just wanted to pick your brain a little bit, Dylan, and just figure out what the strat was here. Because watching in the moment, I just didn't know what the plan was. And I thought it was weird that Nero just opened his door and just waltzed out here. Because there's just so many places. I feel like this is just such common spots on the site. Like, what was the play call here? And what happened there? Did you guys just not expect a guy on site there?
Nah, we knew he was going to be somewhere around there because that's where Hugh plays like every round.
Yeah.
We usually what you do is like you just open the door and you have like a frag grenade cook and then you just throw it out and it blows up like all the cars, everything. And it like kind of clears out the area for you. But I think kind of just did it from the wrong side of the door and allowed for him to just get first blooded by Hugh. And then it just gets mixy with the smoke.
Well, Kyler lives for the mix, bro. This guy
he loves it. He loves
throwing
it.
down the smoke and running through it and going crazy. That's Kyler right there, Kool-Aid bot. Yeah, go ahead. Were you gonna say something else still?
No, I was gonna say like that we kind of just have to peek it from like the other side of the door because you have like an out if someone's there. But yeah, we just Nero just got picked and that was really all there was to it.
Yeah, no, he ended up getting picked and it kind of just fell apart. And then we go into round 11 and just wanted to ask you what you guys wanted to do here in the round 11. It looked like you guys went over towards the B side of the map. So I guess you guys are probably trying to solo somebody out here, or maybe just try and make a play onto this B bomb site. What was the play call going into this round? What was the strategy here?
It was just a hit B. It was the hit B. And we it didn't work. Like we didn't go quick enough. They eventually got a setup on it, and by the time we wrapped back, Hugh already pushed up into our rugs. It was really good play out of him, and if you like commit to a facet, you either got to do it or this can happen. Like, because they called out 3 across B, so they're gonna take positioning on the other side of the map and just run up and getting your spawn. And Duke did it, and it won him the game.
Yeah. No,
Did Kyler just push out of out of P1 and just cross?
Yeah, he did.
Like,
Yeah.
He ran right through. So yeah, they got the info. 3 crossed. Kyler's probably thinking one's in the tank, watching mid or something. I mean, Kyler makes a good play, getting pushed up here. It was really good play. Just taking the map, using your information and taking control of the map. So Kyler, he gets
that a lot.
Yeah, he gets turned on, but he completely. I feel like Kyler won him this map. I feel like he there was a couple rounds here where he just went takeover mode, and yeah, he just caught you guys with your pants down here, and he's able to find 2. So great plays from Hook here in the S&D, but yeah, this was the one round that Vegas didn't end up winning. So I'm sure you guys will go back, Dill, and rewatch this one back and fix these little mistakes, because it's little things, Dill. I feel like it's the offense that's killing you guys. But
True. Yeah, there was a moment there where we might have had a chance if Gio like didn't die for a second, because I pushed up the water street. I saw someone laying down there, but then he died, and it was the 1v4.
Yeah.
And regardless, even though I got the kill and he stayed alive, a 2v3 is still tough.
I thought you had it, Dill. I'm gonna be honest. I thought hey,
Tommy was confident you were clutching.
I was confident you were clutching this shit, bro. You know what I mean? Just I've seen some I've seen you run through artilleries and shit. You know, so.
They would have had to throw for that. At that point, it's not even me doing anything good; it's them doing something terrible. So
yeah, no, 100%. But I'll pull up the stats one more time. I mean, gentlemen, any final thoughts on the Vegas Legion and Seattle Surge series? And obviously, huge shout out to my man Dylan for hopping on today's show and to talk a little bit about the map that you guys lost. Because everything else, Dale, I'll be honest, was clinical, bro. I mean, the respawns were clinical. Felt like you guys breezed by them. Seems like you guys came out, took care of business. It didn't seem like you guys were tested at all today. So I feel like that's always a good win.
Yeah. I don't know what the Seattle team is trying to do on the map, especially in control. It's very like, I don't know. Everything about the way that they play respawn, it's been this way since stage 1. It just seems like it's just pure randomness and chaos in the map, and they're not in control of said chaos. And they just get swept out to sea.
I mean, their main issue.
No pun intended, obviously. Go ahead.
Their main issue, you can just tell from watching them play, is like they're too uncoordinated when it comes to like collapsing. Like they'll do like a decent job sometimes of getting like a kill around, you know, the objective, you know, taking some sort of space. But then once they get those like kills, they're just like too off pace to activate. Like Hook probably understands it the most, although he does go rogue sometimes. Like he'll get those kills and he'll realize, okay, there's an opening here. Like we got to go. He'll go by himself. Everyone else is still licking a wall. And then they're just kind of like just off timing. Like it's probably one of the issues that a lot of teams have in hardpoint when it comes to breaking. So that's probably their main issue.
Yeah, on Rio, Tom.
End of the first P5.
I think Breaking Point tweeted a clip of it.
You would think if you were on the season 12, and this is going to the beginning of the season, 12 and 34 in respawn, that they might want to try something else in control.
I'm sure they do. They just like that's like something that is.
I'm not confident they do, to be honest.
I mean, I can't speak for the practice, but it's one of those things that you're just like it's a player thing. It's an instinct thing. You just have to be like quicker on realizing the situation and the gap that you have that you created by getting like X amount of kills or whatever around the objective. And if they're just too slow to realize it and somebody else is way quicker and they're just not coordinating, and like it happens with a lot of teams.
It's frustrating because this split with getting Brezzy and even Ender coming out, they haven't necessarily lost a major step in the searches. They look decent in the game mode, but they're gonna win and get 0 CDL points the rest of the split and continue to struggle if they can't win any. They're not gonna. The teams did not qualify for champs. If this is the way that they're gonna play, like. I don't know if it's a personnel thing at this point that's going to be able to fix that, but it's completely look like the 11th or 12th best respawn team with hardpoint and control is just a killer, man. It really sucks.
I mean, well, if they just continue down this path, I'm sure they'll make a change. Like, but I obviously we don't know what their practice is like. We don't know what they talk about and how they, you know, opt to fix it. But like at the end of the day, regardless, they are going to that practice and they're trying to get better. And if they don't get better, they're probably just going to make a roster change. So. I mean, this team just isn't good. I mean,
they're the only team in Call of Duty history that's ever dropped their best player.
Yeah. Well, we know there's other reasons for that. You know, which I think are out of the players'
But
control.
they weren't good at respawn with Ender though. To be fair, like I know they
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
they
even the
had
games they
bailout
won,
potential.
it was because of Ender.
They had bailout
yeah,
potential
and
in
they
their
just
shit
bail out
respawns.
in S&Ds and like
Yeah, they were Galley at S&D, and then they would just have some crazy moment, some 3-piece from Ender or Kyler to take over to like win them a respawn to like
Yeah.
get those Neslos or
They
anything.
also had a map in the rotation that they were actually pretty good at one point. It was Terminal Hardpoint. That obviously got removed.
Yeah, that was
going
probably their
into
best
stage.
I
hard
mean,
point.
I'll be honest,
Exactly,
guys. I just
so.
don't like the team composition. I'm talking play styles, personalities. I don't think these guys are like really meshing as well in game. Like, there's obviously a lot to being a good Call of Duty team, but it's a weird mesh of players. Like, it really is. And you're
They
also
also
changing
picked up the
roles.
best AR challenger player.
Right, you're also changing. That's where I was going with it. You're also changing roles. You picked up Abuza as an AR player, and you try and transition him into a sub, and we've already seen that before. And Dale, not to take shots at your team, but you guys did that. Actually, Dale, they fucking didn't they?
Yeah, they benched me.
benched you because they
They benched me,
you.
Tom.
Yeah, and then they picked up a player to put. Bro, I don't know what the fuck was going on. Sorry, you got to catch strays, but it's just
It's all good.
I
Don't worry,
can't
Tom.
stand.
I got ganged up on.
You got ganged up on, and I don't
I got
know
ganged
why
up on.
people make changes. Why would you pick up somebody who's flying with an AR and challengers and making a name for himself and put him on a sub? And then on top of that, like if you're gonna pick up some of these rookies, like if anything, like you got to try and build around these guys and get players that these guys want to play with, unless they really want to play with each other. But I don't think this team's meshing, bro. Like they're not giving me like a team vibe. Like they're just
No,
They
giving
need
me.
to stop
right
wanting
now.
to play together, Tom. If they do,
Bro, I can promise you, like,
Yeah. I don't
if
know.
it-
It's a
if-
weird group
I
of
can
people.
promise you, if you pulled some of these challenger players into a fucking safe room and asked them, "Do you really want to play with this team?" Like, is like before they even join, like, is this if you had to choose, would you play with these guys over even some of the people that you played in challengers with? I guarantee most of them will tell you no.
Yeah, but I even
They
think
wouldn't.
I even think they got to be more vocal as the years going on too. Like, I don't know. I just feel like if I was a player on Seattle, right, and we start off the year fucking 0-4, 0-5, whatever, we're not winning series, and people aren't performing, our practices are just fucking fugazi. Like, I'm probably going to management or talking to the team and probably trying to stir something up.
Also, Ben, don't me because at the same time, like, do you know these guys are watching? The challenger players watch it. You don't think like they're watching a team get absolutely world starred and then they get hit up by the team and they're like, "Yo, we want you to join the pro league." Like most of the time, they're gonna be like, "I'm down to join the pro league," but then they're like, "Fuck, man, I'm joining Seattle."
Yeah, you just
but
want
fuck
to
it,
join
like,
into a broken system.
I gotta be him. Like I gotta be him. Like that's their mentality. I just gotta be him. But like, you know for a fact they don't want to play with these motherfuckers.
Mhm.
Well, this one's a little bit of a
You just
weirder
don't want to join
situation.
into a
This one's
broken
still-
camp.
No
bro.
one wants to
Weirder
join a broken
situation
camp,
though.
Yeah.
Well, let's not speak in generalities about this one because this situation, obviously, whatever was going on with Ender, whatever. They picked up Brezzy, who had played with Abuza before, and I'm sure Brezzy was keen because he had been grinding for fucking years to get a CDL spot. But I agree with Tom. There's just no cohesion, and I just feel like
No
let's say
cohesion,
you
bro.
want.
You could tell there's
Let's
no
say you want
cohesion.
to drop Alec, right, and move Abuza to main. I think their comms would be fucking horrific. So, like, I think it's a
I don't
double-edged
care.
sword for them. That might be the calculus. You might just say,
Dante-
fuck
Dante
it.
Bro,
Yeah,
have
let's
you
not
heard
join.
their
join.
listenings? They already fucking suck.
Listen, I'm down to
Bro,
get
you
the.
join Yeah, way worse. They
Dante,
drop
you're
Alex
more than well.
Collins.
We're in the flank stage in the ZooMAFIA Discord. We
Yeah.
ain't talking about your tweet though. We ain't talking about none of that shit though. You
I
can
don't
make
think that's
that.
what he wants to talk about.
All right, you could join up, Dante. You can join up, bro. We're in the flank stage. All right. Put your
mean,
put your
bro.
goody two shoe pants on. Put your goody pants on. Okay. I don't want fucking crazy Dante.
Seattle just needs to make a change
Yo.
that will actually.
What's good,
impact
Dante?
their
What's
team,
up, brother?
that's it.
How you doing, guys?
Hey, not too
What's
bad,
good? What's
Dante.
good?
I just wanted to give my input on these teams right here.
Okay,
Sure.
go ahead.
What's your
Well, for Seattle, at least, I feel like they have a low chance of being good just because a communication issue. Half of them don't speak English, right? So it's going to be hard to
Facts.
communicate. It's going to be hard to communicate, and especially, I feel like the only one that is actually knows what's going on and is aware at all times.
Is who? Sorry,
It's who? Your mic cut out.
Alec,
Boy, lagging.
I
He's
hear
lagging
you.
out.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Is he
Alec-
saying no one
Alec-
or okay?
Who did he say?
Alec? I think he said
I
Alec.
have no idea.
I have
what
no
the
I'm
idea
fuck
literally
he
on the
said.
edge of my seat.
I
Yeah,
like
no.
what is going on right now.
hear me?
No,
Yeah.
we hear you
Yeah.
now.
Alec is the only one on the team that knows what's going on at all times and is the most aware. It's the other three that need to be on the same page, and they obviously have a game plan, but they don't do it, which is obviously not
Like,
good.
fucking
Yeah.
problem, yeah.
Yeah, and as far as that last round, I do want to say, I'll give a little insight on for Vegas. If you don't commit to a strat right away, it's either you do it right away fast hitting B, you do it right away. And then if for some reason you can't do it and you don't want to commit, you shouldn't be playing reactionary screen. You should be being
Don't
proactive. Yo, where
wanna
could they be? We're wrapping
where could
back.
they be?
Yeah, we're wrapping back. Okay, we're not going to commit B.
Can you
Where
say that
could they
part?
be?
Wait a second, I'm writing it down. I'm writing this down. Hold
Yeah,
up.
write this down. Okay.
Okay, so if we don't commit to the play quick enough, okay.
Yes, you
I
don't
got you,
commit
I
to
got
the
you.
play quick
Please
enough.
put that sticky note on
Right.
your fucking monitor.
You have-
Dylan,
you
if
have
you don't
to
hit
think.
B, make sure you clear rugs on the wrap back.
No, not
Say
even
less.
that. You just have to talk. Yo, where could they be? Where could they be? And how
Right.
can we, you know what I'm saying, go to the other side of the map? You know what I'm saying? Yo, they could be
It's double agent
P3,
Civ
they
right
could be rugs, they could be laundry, they could be whatever. Yo, we gotta check that shit. You know what I'm saying? We're ju- yo, yo, we're-
Across anyway.
Yeah,
Like,
but we're just
you're
backing
fucked.
up off B. Like, yo, I don't see him beat on. I don't see him mid tank. Like, fuck it, I don't fucking see him. Where could they be so we can play ahead? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's
Like,
the problem when you
what
don't,
we gotta
so
do
don't
right
wise,
there.
commit.
Dante.
When you
That's
don't
what we
commit to
gotta
the
do right
push,
there.
that's the problem with not committing to
Yes.
the push.
It's
It-
like, no,
it
not
opens the
committing
map
is
up to
fine.
get pinched.
Sometimes you can't commit, and that's okay. But it's about how to work after that. That's
Even then, their
Yo,
initial.
he talking like that.
and that should be the standard. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta take pride in shit like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Spoken like a true veteran, Dante.
Hey,
Wow.
Yes,
Dante, first and foremost, thank you for hopping on the show. Love having you
I
on.
appreciate it,
It's
man.
always a
I love
pleasure.
having
You have some of the best analysis. You always coming in here with good energy. You got a big matchup coming up against Optic on Sunday. How you feeling going into that match? You feeling good? You got how's scrims
yeah.
going? I mean, talk to me. How's the squad? looking?
well, compared to last stage, I feel like even if we do go 6-1, this 6-1 is a lot better than the last 6-1 we had. I think the last 6-1 we had last stage, our online matches were very fluky and it was not consistent at all. And I feel like our game was just day to day. And for me personally, I hate that. I hate not going to the same spots every day. I hate not, following a game plan every day, regardless if it's me, someone else, coaches, whatever.
Yeah.
Right. So I think this split, we really honed in on that, really got on the same page and actually like take pride in doing the right shit. Like that's the bare minimum. The bare minimum is you should be doing the right shit. I don't want to sit there and go and practice and have unproductive practice because we can't get in the setup that we know what works. So, and most of the time, it's going to be, if you're playing actual organized Call of Duty, it's going to be the same arrows and it's going to be the same people in the exact same spots. And every single rotation. It's probably, like, for example, for me, on Skid Row P4, it's I'm in time, Kismet's God Steps, and Paco and Caesar are
You
watching
should
the
write
back.
that down, though.
So it's every single time we're gonna get in the situation every single time, and if we know it works, there is no reason for us to do anything else but that, and that is the bare minimum. So we can deepen our layers of situations and actually engage into new situations and actually punish people for what they are doing. So I think now we are doing that, and I think that's what's separating us from last split.
That's
and as
good.
far as our match this weekend. Personally, it does not matter. It doesn't change anything. 6-1, 7-0, don't care. What I want is to get the best reps on whatever we already have, and so we can build on that. So when we go to the tournament, we have reps. So for example, Rio. You guys know we haven't fucking played Rio once in this motherfucker, right?
What the fuck?
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We haven't played Rio once in this motherfucker, right? So
we seen some map hole testing going on.
yeah. It's not. I mean, it's not necessarily testing. It's about just getting a real rep. You know what I'm saying? So that's
tested. Nah.
You play them up every day in scrims. You play them up every day in
It's different in the
scrims.
match than it is in practice.
That's true. But I would rather test a Real versus Optic Gaming than LAG.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, as far as like the bottom teams, like they're playing fake COD. They're not playing real COD. It's fake. All of it. You see lower teams playing each other. It's just fake. It's all fake. Good teams playing versus bad teams. All fake COD. It's just fake. It's none of it. I promise you, none of it's real.
This
None
guy
of it.
sounds like Ryan
Because
Garcia, bro.
half of the time that these
motherfucker right
these
there
low
is not
teams
real.
are playing, they're not even getting punished for doing the wrong shit. They're getting away with so much shit, and they're not even getting punished. You play a good team.
Scrap said, basically, right?
Yeah, you play a good team. You play a good team. You are getting punished every single time. Every time.
Right.
One mistake and it's fucking chalk, bro.
Well,
But if
Dante,
you
thank
low
you.
teams, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you
Get
so
away a little bit more.
Yeah, thank you so much for answering my question, Dante. I appreciate it. Thank you for answering my question. I love the energy too. It's phenomenal. Loving the energy,
It's
Dante.
great.
We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to the next series. And Dale, you're more than welcome to hang out. Same with you, Dante. We'd love to have you guys on.
And by the way, Dylan Dante, obviously, you can come and hang with us next week when we're in Miami. So if you guys are in between series, you want to come kick it with us, feel free to
Yeah.
come
Well,
through and punt.
Yeah, I think Dylan, we should plan a little date, huh?
Yeah,
think?
plan a little date and come hang out. I mean, we're gonna be in the hotel right by the venue.
Wait, I
so.
thought they weren't allowing that shit.
Allowing what?
Oh, you just can't be at the venue,
Yeah,
huh?
we won't be in the venue. We'll
No,
be outside the
we
venue.
can be at the venue, but we are choosing not to be at the venue because they want us to pay a lot of money
hefty
for that
amount?
match. and we were just not down
15,000 a
for that.
day, Dante.
Yeah,
15,000
we,
a day.
we were not down for that.
ZooMafia is not crowdfunding 15K a day.
15K a day. Well, it's the principle too.
The flank is
15K is
33,000 a
insane.
month. Surely they
I
can
didn't-
afford it, right?
I didn't
Like,
know that.
I mean, Ben's
That's
making
the first time
700
I've
and
heard
up. We
this.
can't throw
Yeah.
that to some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
15K
Little
a day?
Krumsky.
And we can't do
Are
the
you
show on
serious?
Twitch, which we know as of right now, the show lives on Twitch. So, it would be nice because we could go live on Twitch and we could do our thing, do what we always do. But we'd love to have you
Listen,
guys there. Go ahead,
Chad
man.
saying that's crazy. Listen, the venue is what's called their internet provider is what's called Smart City, and anyone in the event production world will tell you they just make up numbers. It's like fucking Seinfeld, a show about nothing, bro. They just be making shit up and it doesn't fucking make sense.
Yeah, they
That's what's
spin
going
the
on here.
fucking wheel. They spin the wheel and they see what it lands on. They say, yeah, we'll charge them this.
Bad taps running out. No way. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
but all right, let's
But
move
don't
on.
Don't blame the CDL chat. Blame Smart City. You know,
Let's move on to the next series of the day. There was only 2 series today, and then we'll answer some community questions here on the flank stage in the ZooMafia Discord. We got the Los Angeles Guerrillas going up against the LA Thieves. LAG are winless in stage 2. They are 0-6, and they fought the LA Thieves, who are now 4-2. Sam, I mean, we'll start with you. This is your squad. I think you even said you didn't expect this team to be 4-2 at the end of the stage, but you're very happy with how LA Thieves has been playing, and they've been getting some W's, and that's what you want to see from them. What were your thoughts on the series, Sam?
3 respawn wins, first and foremost, is fantastic. They got
Yeah.
pooped on in the search, which, I mean, but
The
yeah,
search
man.
was bad, to be fair.
The search was really
I don't
bad.
know
It was
what the hell
really
they're
fucking
doing.
bad.
I don't
It
know
was
what they're
really
doing
fucking
in the
bad.
search, bro. I'll be honest. But go ahead, Sam.
But we were looking at the schedule prior, and we were throwing out like 1-6, 2-5s. I mean, they're 4-2 right now. So this is big for points. They're starting to dig themselves out of that early season hole a little bit. 40 CDL points is pretty big in the mid pack right now. Like I said,
guys
3
are top
three
eight now,
respawns is
right?
huge, man.
You're
Respawns
top
is
eight
big.
now.
Yeah, and it wasn't even
Yeah.
close either. The respawns were comfortable, super
Bro, they
comfortable.
beat the fuck out of them.
Beat
in
the
in
fuck
the
out of them.
respawns.
And I'll be honest, LAG's having a
Good stuff.
hard time right now getting kills, man. This team
Trivia
cannot get
question:
kills.
how many respawn do you think LG is? Won this
Zero.
play?
Zero.
You're close as 1.
Okay, I literally can't.
Whoever
bro,
they beat
I'm
needs to
telling
blow
you,
it up.
I don't know who they beat, but they cannot. I'm surprised they even have a
LAG,
one map.
Actually, who do you actually? Interesting question. Who do you
Seattle.
no.
I don't know.
is it,
Well, after you said
wait,
that,
hold
was it
Optic,
Optic?
Texas on a Karachi.
Oh, that's what it was.
The
P1.
only-
Oh, yeah. First
only
map
reason they
Karachi.
went
Blow it
to
up, bro. Blow it up.
Blow it up. Blow it
No,
up.
Blow it up.
listen,
Optics losing to these guys.
yeah.
Oh, here goes
They
Pat.
also
Here he
didn't-
goes.
They also didn't slam extra maps, but
LAG's problem.
Chris.
LAG's problem is that they black the fuck out when they have advantages and they throw them away. They make the game way too hard on themselves after they do so. And then after that, like, I mean, look at this roster from top to bottom. Like, they just don't have the talent to compensate for it and bail themselves out like every other team does. Like, every team makes mistakes, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, like, they have, some stars, some superstars to bail them out sometimes. And this team
Who?
just doesn't. I said every other team. Like
So-
has
Oh, I
some-
thought you
has
said
some,
they
like,
have superstars.
Can I-
to
can I
bail
ask
out.
every
you a
other
question,
team
Chris?
does. Yeah.
Can I ask you a
I was about to
question?
say, yeah, who the fuck are you talking about?
Do you think? I know we talked about this a bit, but do you think Ian and Abel is right in the beginning of the season about this squad?
No, this team would have been, dude, whatever roster you would have put together outside of this team would have still been ass. Like, it doesn't matter. Like,
I don't think
You
that was
just-
his point though.
what was his point?
That this team was ass, regardless of what else they
Okay.
could have done.
Well, he's half right because he was been like, yeah, they should have been this team, but they would have got another team that would have also been bad. At the end of the day, bro, this team regressed insanely. But if you would just watch, bro, like they're like, especially this invasion, they threw away every rotation. They're just not on the same page, and like you can't like. A lot of people were quick to like roast Adam because Adam
Scroll
was
down,
having like
Tom. I
a
want to see
string
the
of
jump scare.
yeah, throw the jump scare on there. A lot of people were scared or were trying to throw Adam under the bus, including myself. I said that he needed to step up and he was playing like ass. But he played pretty good against Optic. He played pretty good here statistically. But I mean, the rest of his team, like Diamond Con, has not been the superstar that Diamond Con was at the beginning of the season when it came to carrying this team. And
Superstar?
Well, listen, bro. I'm just gonna use the word. I don't care. Okay, you want me to be
Yo,
a
Pat,
star?
what was the
Like,
highest ranked player
oh,
on LAG?
on
that you had in
LAG?
your tier list?
Okay, like
It was Diamond Con, and that was only because of his performance, and he was solid but replaceable. The rest of
Okay.
them were all in challengers
you
calling,
get-
and I think,
yeah,
and
that's
I was
fair.
getting,
So
I
they're
was
all
getting.
replaceable.
Wait, what? Sorry.
So they're all replaceable at that point. You want to blow up the whole team at that point.
Oh yeah, they're
Yeah.
all gone.
Yeah.
But for me, I mean, I was confused because a lot of people who replied to my tier list were like, "Whoa, Estriel's way too low. Whoa, Fame is way too low." What are y'all watching? These guys are getting horked on day in and day out. Like,
Yeah.
they're all
as I was
bad.
saying,
There were
Diamond-
moments to start the year, but they're in full
Yeah.
just get the fuck out of here territory for sure.
Diamond's regressed a ton, and
I
then
mean, bro, let's be
Fame.
honest, these guys are terrible.
Fame used to have a couple of like crazy performances where he'd just randomly drop a 1.5, but we haven't got that out of him for a while. He's also been on the downtrend. So, I mean, this whole team just, I don't know. I've said it before. They just need to make a roster change for the simple fact of just having a culture change because these guys are down in the dumps, and I don't know what their practice is like.
Oh, it's pretty ass. I can tell you that for
I
sure.
don't know why. Then here's what confuses me about LAG. Is they
That's
have
crazy.
flames? They have flames. Their sub. The elite ended last week. I'm surprised they didn't try fucking something else to bring flames in and see.
How you know
fucking how it
that?
goes. About what? Flames being their sub.
How you know they didn't try?
We would have heard about it. I'm sure that I'm sure they would have got leaked.
You would've heard
But
about
the
it.
same-
We know it's
Wait,
gonna
wait.
happen.
Pause. Are you saying they did try it, Dante?
I'm not saying anything.
All right, so they did.
All right.
Either way, bro, like
He
it's
heard
not a
you.
one-person
Who was it,
change, bro.
Dante?
Their
Yeah,
whole
I agree.
team- Their whole team is inconsistent. They're the better players on their team have regressed highly, and then like just like from outside of the stats, if you watch them, that invasion was a perfect example. It's like okay, they should have the P2 row here, and they're all dead. Like they just.
I mean, they don't
throw
even
the-
rotate. They don't
They
even.
just throw shit away, bro. Like and. It's just it's a whole team issue at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
are
I also think a
Chicken-
reason.
Go ahead.
I also
Go
think a
ahead.
reason just for, like you were saying, like Diamondcon not playing as good as he did in stage one. I mean, it's kind of hard to really keep up that when your team
Yeah.
doesn't do the right shit. You
100%.
probably not doing the right shit, and I mean, it's way easier when your teammates are actually setting you up to actually do something, you know. So I feel like it's
100%.
it's just it's really really hard, even for good teams as well. Like if your teammates aren't setting you up
Yeah,
good enough, I mean, it's just gonna be really really
That's,
hard.
that's
And
the thing about
Simulator
this
dropping
team
a point
is
A, bro.
they're gonna make their shit way. They just make their shit way harder than themselves, and they don't
Yeah.
have that bailout potential. Like I'm sure Dante, you guys will make a mistake, but you
Yeah.
have yourself. You have you have fucking Hydra, like Kismet, Caesar. They're all super mega talented players. So there's times where you're gonna compensate for that. This team doesn't have it. They have to play perfect COD to win
Their
series,
teamwork
and
has
it
to be
should
better.
Yeah, 100%.
it should never be that way. Like that's
Yeah.
just not how that's not healthy for a team for a long lasting roster. So.
and these
Well-
boys rotating at 10 seconds, my boy. You ain't never winning this shit.
Well,
Yeah.
they got FaZe coming up next, so I think it's extremely
Oof.
chalk. They're gonna be the last seed going this event and probably walk away with 0 CDL points most likely, which is gonna be real tough.
Yeah, the first map would have been even worse too. I mean, they were, if I remember correctly, Sam, LA Thieves was up a
It was
fucking.
bad.
It was really
Adam went on
bad.
like a
195 to
9-3.
93.
Yeah, it was
Bro,
195 to 90 or something. I think LAG was able to get some time at the end to make
you have
it
any clips, Tom?
interesting, but.
I
From this
hope not.
series, no, I have no clips for this series. I mean, unless you,
I
is there something
wanted-
you guys want to look at back on? I would love to
wanted
go back.
give you, if you can pull it up, I want you to go to the first P1 of Invasion, and I want you,
Ah.
I want to give you the most perfect example of why this team is getting fucked.
Oh,
Just go to
Jesus
the first
Christ.
P1 and you'll
You're
see.
talking about the break.
hearing you on top of that.
It'll be like halfway through the P1 where like
Damn, the
Adam's-
first
you guys
P1, they're
remember-
already
I know-
getting fucked?
yes, if
Holy
you
I know what
guys-
you're talking about now.
If you will remember,
That's pretty
if you-
quick.
If you guys remember the series at all, like Adam's in the
That
middle
is
of like
quick.
mid tank and he's popping like a 2-piece
Sometimes
front yard.
you gotta take your
Pull
time,
it up,
build it
because
up,
this-
build it up.
Look-
Because I'm
look
trying to
this
see
up.
this. If it happened that quick, I'm
Oh,
trying to see
no.
this.
No,
I
pull this
mean-
up because this is a perfect example of them blacking out and them just getting screwed over because of it. So look, Adam's gonna pop this 2-piece, right? So now his teammates here, they gotta rotate, right? They're gonna start rotating, or maybe like one person stays and helps them, whatever. They rotate. Look at this. Look at number 6. Instead of playing for broken or playing like a tighter setup, he's gonna run out, black out, die. They all flood through here. They should have had this rotation, or at the very least, been able to potentially win that first wave. Instead,
100%.
Yep.
they're not reading.
Yep.
They're not reading the pressure.
100%.
They're blacking the fuck
I mean,
out.
7 must
Yeah.
not be coming, right? 7,
but they
surely
just
7 doesn't see
yeah.
anything, right? Like he's looking at goats.
They just didn't set up.
If I'm number 7, yo, if I haven't seen nothing for the past 10 seconds, my nigga, you need to go new. Like there's no, like
Adam
I'm,
here is- Adam
like,
here is-
come on.
He's just trying to
you're a
like
clown,
buy
man.
time.
like
Number 6, instantly go broken or
That is
full time.
insane.
He's
You're
blacking
stupid.
out.
CT.
Everyone's blacking out, bro. But that.
Nah,
but-
I mean,
This is your
they
point,
just
though.
aren't
Yeah,
in
go
a
ahead.
setup right here. Like right here, they're not in a setup.
You
Like
see
they're
what I'm
just
saying?
Yeah, they're
just
just
in the
set up
middle
to
of the
get
map.
fucked. That's what they're
That's
set up
the
for.
Game's about to get crushed
they
over.
they had a gimme and now they're in the blender. Like
Yeah, they're set up
that-
to get
If you
fucked.
think about it,
but
if you think
Chris-
about it, that is happening all the time. to
But
them.
Chris, like at this level, bro, like how is that happening? How is that happening, bro? Especially in the first 30 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just not. They just can't get killed. They can't do anything.
Assume you scrim this map 2 or 3 times a day for what? You guys have been playing this game for 4 months now. I mean, you played hundreds upon hundreds of invasions, and you're screwing that up.
From what I have been told,
happened before, probably 100
their
times.
practice doesn't go like this, and the stuff they do in practice just does not translate to matches, is what I've been told. So
Okay, who told you that?
Even right here, even on this P3, well, what happened here, right? So they're fully set up here, and look at how this ends up breaking down. Now, first of all, they let Nasty just waltz up here and just get behind him. Assault gets caught doing God knows what the fuck he's doing. Or he should be playing a corner, just playing a kill at that point.
And then this guy, as soon as Adam dies, he should back up to the other side of the hill and wait for number 7. Exactly. Like this is such a team. Like it's just their team dynamic is so shit, and they're just blacking the fuck out, bro. Just like not aware of what the fuck is happening. I don't know if it's a communication issue or they're legitimately just fucking losing their heads in matches.
Bro, it makes
this adds up, like, bro. It's adding up every single time.
Yeah, it adds up to no wins. These guys are shit, bro. I haven't scrimmed this game one time. I haven't played in a scrim a single time. I play ranked 8 hours a day. I can tell you where people are going to be with pretty good accuracy, and you're telling me that like people, again, to Ben's point, that have played this map at the highest level for days and days and days aren't going to be able to read like tendencies of breaks where people are going to be off their first respawn. Like, what the fuck am I watching, bro? It's insane. Like I could tell you where most people are going to be, and they're just like running around like
skimming through it. I mean, it happened again here, Chris. By the way, on the second rotation, look at where LAG set up. Look at what side of the map they have. 20 seconds, and then look at this. I mean, to be fair, what the fuck is that spawn?
My God.
I mean,
that was
what?
coordinated.
Oh, no.
That was calculated.
That is insane.
That's
though.
that's
bro,
invasion.
Dan
P1
is
spawns
different.
right there.
Dan is different, bro.
Wait, hold
Good
on.
spawn, Dan.
Wait, hold on. Rewind it real quick. Rewind it real quick.
Look at this spawn right here. This spawn is insane.
Did he spawn before number 6 died? Did
Dan
he
is
spawn
different.
This spawn is insane. Yeah, he spawned after number 6 died, bro. So he number 6 wasn't even there. And to make it even worse, his teammates spawned across on the other side of the map. To make it even where he should have originally, that's where he should be spawning. He should be spawning there. There's no reason why he should be spawning.
You want to know why? You want to know why? There's nobody. There's nobody AS&D. There's nobody AS&D, my brother.
That's why.
Yep. AS&D blocks the spawn, but they obviously probably forgot, don't know, and also you should be AS&D blocking the spawn, and number 5 should be waiting on the head glitch. Should be off spawn, run back real quick to block it just in case. If it's I found number 5.
Are you 100% that's
how are you gonna tell me, bro? I play the game every day, fam. Bro,
Well,
AS&D blocks the spawn. AS&D blocks the spawn, and you want to sit on the wall and you want to wait for the spawn, then give it up.
I want to explain to you why.
Yeah, I mean, bro, the game's dog shit, but like,
right, because
that's just
even
the best way to go about it.
Even when people do certain things and block certain things, they still get those weird spawns. You know what I mean?
Obviously, it's gonna happen. It's invasion. It's gonna happen, but at least you'll give yourself the best chance to be actually ready for it.
Bro, I've had moments.
That's all you can do.
Granted, this isn't rank play. I've had moments where I'm pushed up where number 4 is. Like I'm in gas station tank and I'm staring at their wall, watching them like jump over on their spawn.
Yeah, it's because you have someone AS&D and you have someone American.
Yeah. You gotta yo, Paco's in the chat. You saw what he said? Yo, Hydra's had enough, bro. Paco,
what he say, bro?
Yo, Hydra's putting you to bed.
He said, Tom, please make him stop. Like Dante, I might need to cut you off, bro.
Dante, you're gonna have to go back to being a listener, brother.
Bro. That's Paco right there. That's Paco.
It's been a pleasure.
I'm glad you went through the VOD and caught some of this stuff, Tom. Because like I said, I'm telling you, they are just blacking the fuck out.
Well, that's the reason. Because like you can't perfectly control the spawns on certain maps and areas. That's why you need to lock down the hills when you have a setup.
Yeah.
Yes, but that's why when you have a full setup to rotation to P2, you need to lock it the fuck down because you don't know what's going to happen later on in the game if they get a crazy split spawn.
Yeah, Dante, what other weird spawns are like that you could tell? What other weird shit?
Here we go.
You know what I mean? The only people who would know how to be one with the fucking dog shit are the people that are grinding every day and see everything. You know what I'm saying? So like, what else do you got, Dante? What else do you got? Like,
it's just the whole fucking map in general, bro. I mean, just all the whole Palisade. The whole Palisade is like that. There's a lot of times where people spawn P4 and you're blue or treehouse, whatever. You gotta be ready for that shit, and you just gotta block as best you can. And even if you're blocking, I'm looking to my right just in case.
Yeah.
Just in case I'm looking to my right, and if he spawns there, I promise you, he is dying.
Yo,
and
what's
then
the
once he dies,
yeah, Dante,
I
what's
give
the
it up
sub
and we
base?
rotate.
What's the sub base route, Dante? Look what Lamar put in the chat. He said, Paco, I got your sub base route noted. Yo, what's the route? What's the sub base route?
We do a lot of things.
Oh yeah.
We do a lot of things.
Shit.
Oh, yeah.
We do a lot of things. I won't lie.
Like Mbappe routes on the map is what we're talking about.
Yeah,
here?
Mbappe routes. We can call it that.
Sam,
They're
I
good
did.
Mbappe
I
routes.
did have a few clips from this series. A lot of them was just terminal S&D and what the fuck LA Thieves were doing. So I'm definitely down to go take a look at some of them. But before we start looking at the clips and I pull them up, I mean, what were they doing, Sam? What's going on with their search game? Because they look super uncoordinated, bro. It looked bad. It looked really
Their
bad.
search is not horrible this split, surprisingly, like record wise, but this terminal was an absolute fucking disaster class. I will say, dude, I'm just so tired of watching teams plant B and just like put their controllers down and like think the round is over. We're getting double nated by Adam Assault while we're standing in a corner, like. Dude,
Like I was gonna pull
I
it up.
understand it.
Even this
Rocker does
first
that.
round, why does LA Thieves chow this? Like I don't know if I really like the chow here. They tried to catch him slipping. They tried to catch him off guard, but the problem is they get put into a blender and they just get traded out, and it just looked like a dumb play.
We've
Like
seen teams. We've seen a couple of times team try this strat. and I think it's-
Why?
I feel like the
though?
chow
Why?
wasn't bad,
I
but
don't hate the chow.
LAG just 3 stacked it, which is kind of crazy. Usually there's like 2, but like 3 is kind of crazy.
Because they're just standing there like waiting for the fire extinguisher to blow up, and they're gonna shoulder like they're
Yeah,
just
it's
trying to catch
not
them with
it's not a
timing.
terrible play.
I don't
Like it's
hate it.
just
The fact that there's 3 people there, like LAG sucks, bro. Fuck these
I
guys.
don't like it, bro. I don't like it. I think they should.
LAG is nice on this map though. To be fair, they're a good terminal S&D team.
Yeah.
Noted.
I mean, they should just put it the bomb. I don't know why they rapping back, but I mean,
I hate.
and see,
people
the
who
round's
do
kind of
that.
fucked anyways because you got blooded, so you're expected to lose that round. So
And then this is obviously the round that we talked about. Now, Sam, I mean, I said this. As soon as I saw LA Thieves, who could go back and watch in the watch party, they were all running towards B. And I was like, this is great, but what's the plan? What do you do once you get here? Because we've talked
So
about
what we're
this.
gonna do is, Tom, we're gonna get to the B point. or
Look
the
at
B
them.
bomb. We're gonna lay the bomb, and then we're gonna get double nated by Adam Assault while we're triple stacking. That's the
You
bomb.
can just see
they
it
threw
all
3
collapsed.
grenades.
Yo,
stuff.
they're everywhere.
They got hit with 3 nades.
That's what I'm
threw
saying.
artillery-
That's
they
what I'm
threw an artillery
saying.
strike at it. That's a good retake. That's a good.
I mean,
Great
none of that would have
retake.
happened if they just have a trophy on by the
There's
bomb.
the trophy.
yeah.
I mean, if you don't have a
at the same
trophy, there's
time,
no
it's
point in
like
going B.
a lot of the time you have to trophy your push. So like if that's secondary,
should have
to
two, my
have
boy.
to. You have to exactly.
So,
so like,
they trophy the push. You see the trophy goes down.
I mean,
instead of burger.
they're also just taking a risk. Like I mean,
They play
or
that shit
you can't
burger.
always rely-
Don't
You force
triple
stacking a
stack
bomb.
on the fucking
Yeah,
bomb.
like,
yeah,
huh?
yeah.
If you're gonna get
Yeah.
artillery, don't
Nah, this
sit
is
in the
crazy. They're
artillery.
all in one corner.
Look
They're
at
all in
number
one
three.
corner.
Look at number 3. He's a fantastic pinch watcher, bro. If I see someone watching the pinch room right there, oh god, I'm fucking licking it. Oh yes, yes, give it to me.
Why is he? He's,
Bro,
but the
what's
problem
wrong
is,
with
why
you?
I do think people need to stay back, bro, and play like Burger, play like hold that side of the map. Because that way, when they get the bomb down playing for Burger, they can actually work like a post plant setup and like stay alive. They
Imagine
can't
if
do
Nasty
anything.
was just marinating in dreams, like playing a late pitch,
Marinated.
like
Yeah.
he's just shooting them on the back.
That's
like-
the egg special right there.
But no,
Egg
but I actually
What's-
think
what's
that
new?
person on the late
spice.
pinch needs to be
Late
active
play-
though,
late play
Chris.
dreams is
Super
something we
active.
talk about every terminal S&D pet. The late play dreams on a B plant.
Because Chris, if he's not active, everybody dies on B, and he's caught. He's just left out across the map, just trying to run across.
Yeah,
you
of
know,
course.
I think that guy on the
Talk
late
about this
pinch
shit
on
every
this B plan needs to be way more active. Make plays.
Bro, I
good.
actually think like low key pros. I mean, shit, I did too. Pros gotta think that we just come on this show and yell at the sky like old men, dude. Because it's insane.
Yeah.
Dude, we just watch people go B and just fucking die. There's just once they get the bomb down, they're like, holy shit, guys,
Nothing.
like, the round's over. We did it.
I mean, to
It's
be
done.
fair, I mean it is a hard site to post play. I mean, even
If you back the guy down Eskies is really not that hard, bro. You just double commit, get the bomb down, and just have some sort of game plan. Late play libraries, sit in fucking burger,
No,
plant
a
your
lot of-
burgers to give yourself
a lot
options.
a lot of it is more so just denial of like red plat and top 3 control. Like realistically, running down escalators is kind of a death trap. Like that's why people don't just like run down there headlessly, and if they do, it's really calculated in terms of their risk. Like a lot of teams, they're 4-stacking that site. Why? Like you need to deny hallway control, maybe go book off the rip and deny jumping top
Shit,
red.
I
off
ain't
the
four
rip.
stacking that bitch.
Like,
I'll tell you that.
exactly.
Well, I
You
think- I
have
think
to,
it's a
you
re-
have to
I think
deny some sort of map control, otherwise you put yourself in a box.
Yeah,
And
you
I think it's a
otherwise
relic
that's
of the.
happens.
I think it's a relic of the beginning of the game with the hard counter meta, where they're just assuming it's just fucking mix on mix. But to you guys' point, like there's so much other space on the map that you can take control in a post plan and make what's a high percentage should be a high percentage hold even fucking higher. So I agree.
I mean, even if they do
This is
hit the
where
bomb
LAG
site,
crumbles, by the way, in the
shit,
control.
we're moving on. All right.
No, you can go ahead, Dante.
Yeah,
Go
we're
ahead.
moving
I
on.
mean, I was
Dante, it's
what,
all
what,
good.
It's
I know
okay, Dante. You could tell me the note. You could tell me the notes later, brother.
Even if they do four stack the site after the plant goes down, like you can do things that actively, let's say, like back up and like retake your book or late pinch the hallway. Like just like don't just sit there. You have to just do something together and take some sort of space. Otherwise, you're getting boxed in.
And
So
I
Dante
wouldn't
was
even
gonna
plant
say.
the bomb fan. Got no damn trophy. I'll tell you that much.
You're just pushing out, getting kills.
I mean, you're just doing something together, and then once you get some space on the map, and and then you plant the bomb late, and then GG.
Well, let's pivot and go to this high rise because I thought these.
I want to go to Dante. Dante,
You wanna
give us
pivot
your
to the
Dante,
community
give us your expertise here on this control and why LA Thieves was able to win this control so fast. This offense. Why were they able to win this offense so fast? And what did LAG do wrong? And what's something that they can fix going into this map next time to elevate their high rise control? Go ahead.
Okay, well, I didn't really watch, if I'm being honest, but as it looks right now,
We're playing it out right now. We're playing it out.
I mean,
right
number 5, I mean, he has to be a little more proactive. They also got to read the pressure, so they got to play ahead. I mean, I don't really see many techs going down as well. I see a lot of ego challenge on top of boxes. I mean, I don't know if that's not really ideal. And then as he does that, Damacon gets in a solo gunfight. So, I mean, if you're just taking ones, I mean, staggered push, I mean, it's never going to really go out like you want it. I feel like if you're going to the team's gonna go ahead, you use your tags, you double chop them together, you take some space on the map, just in case you do die trying to get to A, you have space on the other side of the map. As you can see, number 3 is on B.
Right.
C, right, you want to get space on the other side, just in case they get A, you still have B, and you have map control on the right, and you can get out on the right, but they don't do that. They don't play ahead, which is why they get punished.
All right. Thank you, Brad. Thank you so much, Dante, for that. Thank you very much.
Jesus Christ, I'm running out of paper.
Hey, I will say though, LAG, they definitely were not proactive on their pinches, bro. For sure. I will agree with that. They wait so long and then they just it's so obvious that they're gonna turn around and pick up the pinch. They're not timing it right. They're not timing their
Bro, if you're
flanks
gonna
right.
fucking hit a dead lane, you just gotta commit and hit it fast. Like
And win
this
your
whole
fight.
there's-
Get ready for a fight. Because if you win your 1v1 on the flank, listen, you're talking to somebody who did this shit, right?
The reason show is called the flame.
You know what I mean? All you're looking for is a 1v1. If you're hitting a pinch, you know if you win this 1v1, that's it. You just fucked up their whole setup. You just fucked everything up. Everything else collapses. So when people go on a pinch and they do nothing and they wait all day, it makes no sense. Because then once everybody dies in front of them, everybody's like, oh, we're missing one. Where can he be? Turn around. Boom, there he is. So he's just
All jokes
mistiming.
aside, by the way, Dante knows the game very well. Like the way he's explaining this stuff, it's like it just perfectly should click to people that are paying attention.
Yeah, he's
Almost like he's a star player on a top 14.
That's crazy, Dante. Dante came in here for the gas. He's getting free gas here.
You're getting free gas.
Dante,
Lamar's so proud of him.
we always appreciate you teaching and coming on here and breaking down some maps for us, bro. We got to get you on more often, Dante. Got to get you on more
Indeed.
often. Any final thoughts, guys, on the series as a whole before we hop into some community questions? Which Dante, Dylan, you guys can hang in here. They're just gonna join into the stage. So if you guys want to answer some questions with us,
Perfect.
we would love
I got
to have
a couple more minutes, Tom. I got a couple more minutes, so let's get it popping.
Where do you
Come on.
have to be, bro? Watching Love is
Let's go
Blind?
watch
Get a
some-
grip.
No, I already finished. I already watched the reunion. It's time to watch VOD and rest.
That's good work. That's
like
good
that.
stuff.
I like that. I like that.
Guys, any final thoughts of the series?
No, move on.
Oh,
Pat,
LAD's
any final
stink.
thoughts?
None.
LAT
They
to the
suck.
moon.
They suck, Tom.
All
They
right,
just suck.
listen, Chandler, if you're watching, I'm gonna join up the stage on my other PC. How you doing? You hear me? Phenomenal. You guys hear me?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Let's do this, man. If you guys want to ask a question, join the stage. I think we have less people than usual because Chandler's making sure they're good questions. Because I think a lot of questions coming in are fucking ass. So hopefully we got some good ones. And I see Cheese is here again. Cheese is always here, ready to ask a question. So let's get Cheese.
Jeez.
Yeah, let's get Cheese in here. Let's invite him to speak. Let's see what Cheese has to say.
See what kind of cheese you got for
What's
us.
up, Cheese?
Hello?
What's up,
Hey,
Cheese?
Cheese.
You hear us?
Hold on.
Okay.
All right. My
Yeah,
bad.
You're good, Cheese. What's up, Cheese? You got a question?
So I know y'all saw like the 6 Invitational a couple weeks ago. Maybe it was a month ago. It was the R6 Championship.
It was like a week ago. Or it was a
yeah.
couple weeks ago, yeah.
No, it was a couple weeks
Yeah.
ago.
What does COD need to do to start to get to that level of energy and profitability as an esport post CDL, obviously. Because
Pat, do you want this one? Because Ubisoft is godlike in esports.
They are. They
Yeah,
are.
Pat,
They
why don't you
are.
take this? Pat, why don't you take this one? Take this
Ubisoft
one.
embraces it way more.
I don't. Yeah, I don't really want this one.
I got this one. Bro.
I've said this answer for 20 years. COD just does not care about their product on the esports stage. There's also no efforts being made to turn it to a global game competitively, which I think is what Ubisoft obviously, but other games as well do a great job of, and I think is insanely important. I mean, they went to Brazil and sold out a massive venue, like, and other games go to tons of countries and do this, and COD is, as you know, very limited to the United Kingdom and the U.S. So, well, North America, sorry. And that's always going to be a hindrance.
And
But
France
the core,
would be the country I'd throw into.
yeah, some parts of Europe. But the core issue is just the fact that from the Activision side, there's just not much effort being put into the Call of Duty product. Not to say there's not people who care about the Call of Duty product at those
Focus
places,
just isn't
but
there.
yeah, from the
Let-
side,
let me-
esports isn't a
There's
core
there's
driver
people
of
who
them.
care. Yeah, there's a lot of people who care.
Let
It's
me
just-
knock on this.
It's
Let me
just the
knock
main
on this.
focus of it,
Let me knock on
isn't
this real quick. I think. Listen, I could COD do like an event in Brazil. I think they could if we're going to talk about this, because if you look at the combination of CDL, Warzone, and COD Mobile, it is sort of a global thing, especially COD Mobile. If you look at
But we're
what
talking
teams
about
qualify.
Call of Duty.
But let me finish my point, which is I think the sort of thing that the lane that COD has is a combination of the shared experiences across the intellectual property. They need to do a better job doing more events where all three of them are there. And then yes, you could have events that are the size of what R6 did in Brazil, or what you see like CS:GO do, or what you see like Dota
Like
does.
esports World Cup.
There's an opportunity for them to do it. They're just fucking not doing it. The
If we
only
had COD
time we've
Mobile
had
Warzone CDL, ooh, the events would be
Yeah,
crazy.
Wait,
the
not
only
even
time we've
that,
done in
though.
recent memory was Raleigh. Like that's it.
But-
And
but
Wait,
they
how-
do that
but
bigger
You're,
and
you're
better.
still you're still forgetting that there's no competitive scene development in any of those countries for the game that we're playing.
For this game, correct. I
Wait,
agree with you.
not even that though. But like Ubisoft and just Rainbow Six Siege has been a long standing game. This game
Yeah, they're starting their year 9 this month.
for a long time, and they like the development of that game. They have literally made strides to make that game better and better and better from a competitive standpoint for years. While COD basically gets a reset every single year and starts over. It's
So-
not. It's
I-
not.
Chris, what's another?
I
Chris,
know,
do you-
I
what's
hate
another
this point.
game that's gonna do that, Chris? I'm just
I
curious.
don't like this point.
Next
I don't like
Defiant.
this point.
He's that's
Okay,
where he's
I have
going.
a-
He's
I
going
have
with
a
it.
follow-up
DX
question.
Defiant.
You don't have to like the point, but they curate.
Go ahead,
Actually,
Ben. Go
you
ahead.
know
Let
what?
Ben
You know
yap.
what?
Let Ben yap.
Bro,
Go ahead,
the
Ben.
one I think what you guys think is
Let
a
me put the meme
weakness
up.
is a fucking strength for COD. There's variety. There should be solid new titles over there. Well, we know that 2 out of 3 developers fuck it up every year, so it is what it is. Like I just think there are things that could be used.
That's a major
in-
flaw, though.
It's a huge flaw, and I think it can be used in if done right, can be used in positive fashion. I think you touched on the point, Pat. Like I just think their overall esports strategy is flawed, and there are people in the Call of Duty esports team that have given them the keys on how to do it, and they just like refuse to fucking listen on it. As far as R6 in Brazil, yes, it's year 9. We should also reference the fact that Brazil's always been a strong R6 region. Traditionally, the R6 Invitational. It's just well, I mean, but top R6 teams have been coming out of Brazil for a minute, and traditionally the tournament's been held in Quebec, and they moved it to Brazil this year, and that was an amazing decision.
Ben,
the
do you want to
environment
know
of the event
why
was awesome.
Call of Duty's current strength is the fact that they release every year and it creates some variety? Because the fucking developers and the people that put out content for the game throughout its lifespan don't give us any fucking variety. We get recycled maps. The problems that occur at the beginning of the year still occur at the end of the year. They don't do things that are going to make the game better, at least quick enough to literally.
Well, I
spark
mean, yeah.
any interest
But
in the
we
community.
But that's what we
about
taught.
why
Yeah,
that
they
is, though.
created a
We
problem
talked
and they
about why
sold
that
a
is, though.
solution. I mean, that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like Pat, you
Yep.
said it best, Pat, with your tweet. You know, that's
but I also don't think variety is true anymore, Ben. Like, especially with Warzone being a thing, multiplayer, we can all agree has taken a massive backseat for Call of Duty. Like, obviously, it's still a big revenue driver. Like, yeah, every year they finesse for $70 a pop and sell millions of copies. But the reality for me is just like, you know, we're at the point where we're getting so much recycled content year after year after year after year. I think when, you know, if we're talking 2008, 2009, 2010, that era of Call of Duty, yeah, the new iteration, the brand new excitement every year was a strength. But since Warzone came out, I disagree. I think it's a massive
We
flaw in the system for how we talk about
yeah.
competitive ecosystem, because
We
we're getting the same thing and we're getting a less consistent version because we're going developer to developer to developer who all have different visions for how they want the game to play. But in the
Yep.
reality, they're just copying, pasting the same recipe.
So two things. One is first off, from an esports side, Raleigh was the only time since the CDL started where they actually took advantage of the marketing beat around the new game coming out. Facts. The second thing,
And they
which
never did
blows
it
my
again.
yeah, which crazy to me. They didn't do it this year. Absolute, just unacceptable from my POV. The second thing, and this is a travesty, and I know the competitive Warzone community feels this. Say we want about PRs and competition and whatever. The fact that Warzone has only had one Activision run LAN in like 4 years is fucking unacceptable. The amount of money that is pumped in that scene for the amount of passion that exists for the competitive side of Warzone, and they've only had Activision run one official LAN, which was last summer. It blows my mind that there has been more support from the developer side to actually make that work. I think it would add so much growth and kind of grassroots stuff to that scene. It's already big, massively online on Twitch or whatever. I don't know. The esports bag being fumbled on the Activision side is
I mean,
incredibly disappointing.
they just don't value esports because esports is not going to make them that much more money. It's no big
Not a high-
difference.
it's not a high
They
enough
make
percentage of
It's
their
not,
revenue.
it's
yeah
not
they
making
they
it's not
make
making
they
anybody money.
well yeah
It's not making
that's
anybody
the thing.
money.
That's why they don't care. They sell the game. They release it once a year. Sell the game. Put a bunch of different skins in every other week. Make all the money like that. And then that's really all there is to it. They don't need to put any extra effort to run events, host this. Yes, it would help in the long term, but unfortunately, that's just not what they want to do. They just want to make the quick money, and it's been working for years and years and years.
Yep.
Here's what I'd say, just to put a cap on the topic.
Yeah, let's
we
put a
had really
cap
good
on it and let's
episode.
move on.
We had a really good episode with Adam Apicella. If you look on our YouTube channel, you can go find that episode. I recommend you watch because Adam, I think, addresses the answer to this question very well.
Yep, I agree. Cheese, I really
Nate
appreciate
Shot's
you.
hilarious.
Yeah, you saw what Nate Shot said? Cheese, I appreciate you coming in and asking a question, man. You have a great day. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you, Zuma. Thank you for inviting me on.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Cheese, it's always a pleasure, Cheese. Yo, so did you see Nate Shot's tweet?
Nate Shot's my goat.
So I guess what there's people are saying Dan Ghostie's smoking papaya or something. Matt don't give a fuck. He said, "Yo, that guy's been slamming, keep ripping." That's insane. But that's hilarious.
That's a W owner gas right
He's
there,
ripping.
bro.
He's ripping.
And
dude.
he's
Let's
backing
go.
his players, bro. Shout out to Nate Shot. But let's pick another one. Ben, why don't you pick somebody? Also, Dylan. Did Dylan leave? I thought Dylan had to leave
No,
or
I'm here.
something.
I'm here.
You still here?
Let's
I'm here, Dom.
Okay. Go just making shit, Dill. I love you, Dill.
We have
Love you too, Tom.
Let's bring in Shefu in. Let's bring Shefu.
Get
He's a
Shefu in
guy.
here. Shefu, get him
Yeah.
in here. Here, where is he? Here he is. Boom. Let's invite him to speak. Get in here, Shefu. Shefu, you there?
I'm waiting for
There
MC
he
to
is.
pop up one of these days.
Shefu, what's going on, Shefu?
Good Shefu.
What's good, Tom?
What's going on,
Hey,
boss?
Ben.
How you
Let's
doing?
go go.
Yeah, I'm doing good. How about y'all?
Man, not too bad. Not too bad at all. It's
My
another day
AirPods
in the
are
office.
Fantastic.
I'm on my AirPods. So
Oh, you're good. You,
All
actually,
good,
you
all
sound
good.
pretty good. Shefu, what's your question?
okay, so my question was: in the history of COD, what's one player you thought was going to be an all-time great that just didn't live up to the potential? Just bust.
Jesus.
Can we
Pretty-
change
pretty-
all-time great to like just pretty good
Yeah.
player?
Okay, yeah, that's fine too.
Blast.
I think Blast is like probably the biggest one, but also Mir. Mir's a good
Mir.
shout. I mean, the chat's all
Mir's
saying Mir.
probably
Mir's a
best,
great shout.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like
Mir
Mir just
stopped
didn't like
playing.
leave his. He didn't like leave his circle, like branch out to team with like other people, and then he
Yeah.
kind of got.
There's gotta
It was
be
kind of
one
like his
too.
downfall.
Yeah,
There's a
gotta-
couple.
and
There's,
Dylan
there's
Codd.
quite a
Good
few of them,
shout,
bro.
too.
I
Dylan
think,
Codd.
there is a
Yeah.
few of them. Dylan Codd's another good one, bro. Dylan
Yeah,
Codd.
he was
Interesting
insane
one.
at BO4.
Why the fuck are
Would've
they saying
been,
Zuma? Why are they saying me?
That's crazy.
I mean, Zoom.
People are
If you
saying
don't have the
me
assist in your wrist, you have at least 15.
Guys,
kills
I've
by
won
now.
in 5 different titles, 2 MVPs. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
crazy times, crazy
Okay,
times.
0
That's
rings.
saying
I'm
Octane.
18 and 8 against
Nick
Octane.
Ryder saying Octane.
I
No,
think
world
right.
champ. World champ.
You know, what's interesting one for me is
Oh,
like what if like Jared had moved to the US sort of in the beginning of his career and gotten out of like the EU team change fucking
that's
Same
true
with
for a
same,
lot of
same with like
Europeans.
same with like Swanee.
Yeah, Swan's.
People were saying Swanee.
Swanee's a good shout too. Swanee's
Dude,
a
I
really
mean,
good shout.
one that's pretty recent, and he's obviously still playing. But like when Cammy came out in Cold War, like that's the first time I've seen Cammy play. That guy was fucking absurd, and now
Undeniable.
He
he's
was
still
really
good.
good MW as well.
I think he's
2019.
yeah, I think he's still good, but like, bro, like his Cold War like ascent was insane, and like I thought that was gonna continue. I think there's some people in the chat that are also saying like Gunless. Yeah, Gunless had like a streak of like years where he was MVP caliber player.
I don't know.
There's a lot, dude. Like to be honest, that like just came out and were just insane.
Yeah, but those are players that still had
quite a few
success.
years.
Yeah.
Like my head went to Blast immediately just because like he really didn't ever find like a stable ground in competitive COD.
I mean,
Yeah, but
you
that
team
that wasn't like a skill thing. He had a growing up issue.
you also team with him, Pat Andy Lacefield. I thought Lacefield was fucking good. Like
Andy, he
raw
was
talented.
good. Andy was
Andy's-
good.
Andy's peak was insane. Yeah.
Yeah, raw talented, but ultimately, like he obviously didn't. I don't think lived up to the potential talent that he had.
But when you look at it, like most of it comes down to people who like really took it serious.
Yeah.
Like I think Andy falls in that boat. I think all the people we've mentioned like almost fall in that boat.
Why are
Like
people in chat saying Kyler as if he didn't? Okay.
I mean, some people are saying
he
like
was just too
some
young
people
to
are
go to the
saying
tournaments.
Nato, like people are saying
like,
Saints.
Dude, people are.
But Nato
people
had a
are
good career.
saying-
Like Nato won
also
events.
Nato was like a Nato was like a top 5 player in multiple times.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
it's
he's
more
Nato
so
was
like
really good.
you guys are naming people who had good careers. You know, they done good shit. You know, like they actually went out.
I think you could have two answers for this question. Like you can have an answer of like what pro was up there that won events and had a lot of talent, but didn't like
Carry it
have
forward.
the longevity in their career. And then what pro, like
Yeah.
Sam said with Blast, how everyone knew he was talented, but he never really got to showcase on a top team and like on land. So
My number
it's like a
one
couple answers.
low
Mhm.
key could be Bobby. I know not many of you. might
Man, that's
know, but
OG. That's
probably-
OG name.
bro, that's a
Bobby
crazy
was,
player.
Bob was pretty good.
insanely good. Yeah, he was
Bob was pretty
insanely
good.
Bobby
Yeah.
was good. That was a long
Who
time
else,
ago,
bro?
though.
Wait, I still remember like that Pikachu guy in BO1. I teamed with him. He was fucking
Yeah,
good as fuck
Pikachu.
at that game.
Oh,
That guy was
light work.
good. Nah, he was good at that game.
Nagafin's
else,
a
bro?
really good shout, in my opinion. I think
Nagafin's a good one,
Nagafin's a
too.
good shout.
Silver Surfer, dude. Shout out Jared.
Shout out to Jared, man. Fucking animal. Great. Hey, great question, though, Shefu. Appreciate the question. Thank you for hopping in and asking, bro. I appreciate you.
If
Hey,
you
thanks for
really
letting
go
me
back,
on.
Yeah, for sure, Shefu. Thank you so much. You have a good night.
Y'all have a good night. Yeah.
Take
I
it
was
easy.
gonna say, if you really go back, like there's probably dozens of people
Dozens.
you could name
Oh,
from like
100%.
COD
There's a
4
lot
and
of
W2.
There's
that
so many
just
people.
had to
Yeah.
quit, bro. Like
I mean,
just
the COD,
wasn't
like
sustainable
you
to
didn't
play.
make money back then. If you were winning events,
Yeah.
you made like $500. That didn't even cover your flight and your hotel. Like there was no reason until probably I would say like end of World War II, BO4. People still were barely even watching VODs as individuals and as a team.
100%.
Like COD was not serious. Like we used to just scrim, go to the event, come
Bro,
home, scrim, have a
I-
crazy roster mania, go back to the event.
But
Like
the
it
funny
wasn't
thing
serious.
is, but the funny thing is, I
Yeah.
would bet like hour-wise, commitment-wise, we were putting in way more time back then than people
Oh, for
are
sure.
today.
Yeah,
100%.
Or like for example, like listen,
Grinding,
I was
bro.
toxic. I was toxic, and I definitely crossed a lot of lines. But a lot of it stemmed
Nah.
because I took things so much more serious than everybody else. Because I like after high school, I pretty much just like quit everything. I was just like, I want to do this and this only, and like I just literally cared about it so much. So like from a time commitment standpoint, I feel like it was a different beast back then because we were doing it for fucking free, basically.
Yeah. Sitting there watching.
Sitting there watching.
Christy fit to walk that. Let's get another guy in here. Let's pick another one. Sam, go ahead.
Pick Ina. Oh, I was gonna.
Who you want, Ben?
Pick
Ina. You picked
Yeah.
Ina? Okay, let's invite her. Let's get her in here.
Yay! Wait, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, we got you.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you.
What's up, Ina? Is that how you say your name?
Yeah, Ina.
Ina,
Yeah, thank
pleasure to meet
guys.
you.
I
How are you?
appreciate it. Pleasure to meet you too. I'm great. I've been watching the show since it started, so I'm
Nice.
happy to be here.
I appreciate
Is
you.
Sip still here? I appreciate you guys.
Dante, you there, Dante? Let me see if he's.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Okay,
there.
cool. So
Yeah.
My questions for Dante.
Okay.
And so I know there's been a lot of discussion among, all the talking heads on this podcast and others about challengers players doing well right now and which teams should be looking at, after they watch one or two matches of the Elite or a LAN and look at scoreboards. I'm interested in hearing from Dante, who himself was playing in challengers in Modern Warfare 19, Cold War, during the whole online stage and has played with a number of the players that are still playing at a top level. Which Challengers players do you think, Dante, that have been playing consistently throughout that time should be a top AR, like flex consideration, that not only have the gun skill or can keep up at the CDL level, but I'm curious, I guess, who you think has a sort of understanding of the game that we just saw you display basically when analyzing these matches earlier, of, you know, reading the maps, reading what people are doing and figuring out what they should be doing, because I think that that's what a lot of like newer players are missing. You know, we see these rookies get recruited, I guess, with like 1 or half a year of Challengers experience, and I don't think they probably have that same kind of understanding that you do. So I'm just curious to get your opinion of who has that, you, in your opinion.
Don't
in
don't
Challengers
gas him
right
up
now.
too much, you know. Don't gas him. He's already got a
Well,
big
I mean,
head.
he's like
He's already got
excellent.
it. You know,
Okay.
he's already
Well,
got
I mean,
an ego. You know.
I was supporting him on Twitter, and I'm
Well, that's
sorry.
a
I'm
premium
sorry,
option.
Chris. I'm sorry, Chris, that I had to throw you under the bus. There, I didn't throw you under
Wait,
the
what?
bus, but
Oh, he's
I
about
think,
Dante's thing.
Go ahead, Dante.
Yeah.
But go
I
ahead,
think,
Dante. Go ahead,
a
man.
lot of, I think a lot of top
Dante's
AMs that
number
definitely
one.
have a decent understanding, but even for me, I would say one of the best AMs, and even my first year competing, I mean, I was definitely not the most fundamentally sound and not the most aware. I mean, I could say for myself, even my first year being a pro, like I wasn't even aware of the kill feed, with how much space that people could take off spawn. It took me a while to learn that. And comms was another thing as well that I had to work on. And I think a lot of AMs kind of lack that aspect of it. I think most top AMs are pretty good, but I would say if you were to form the best Challengers team ever at the moment, they wouldn't even be able to compete in the CDO. So I think you just have to kind of take a risk here and there. But honestly, if I were to say like top AMs deserving a chance, I really don't think it would make much of a difference at the talent level given right now.
Well, not
you don't-
deserving a chance. I'm saying, sorry, if I just to clarify, like for a team like Rocker that still has like probably some sort of likelihood of maybe making it to champs, or
Yeah.
Or like
I
Seattle,
mean,
for example.
yeah, if
But
they were
basically,
talking,
who
like,
would you
they need
recommend?
a
How would I
piece,
recommend?
like,
I mean, the first name that comes to mind is probably Dylan Rex at the moment. Honestly, that's the person that comes to my mind.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's always a
okay.
FaZe Black. It's always a
Yeah,
FaZe
but-
Black member.
that's-
Always.
But
that's
other than
just
that, I mean, all the
coming to
top,
my
like I said,
mind.
all the
Yeah.
top AMs, you could take a chance on any of them. But honestly, in my opinion, I don't think at the state the CDO is in right now, it's gonna matter at all. So
Yeah.
All of FaZe Black. You know, I
Even, like,
appreciate your question as
any-
well. Thank
yeah.
you so much for hopping on the
Yeah.
flank and asking a
No, I mean,
question.
I know, yeah, of course. No, I appreciate you guys, and I love the discussion. And as much as everybody hates Ake sometimes, I actually do like that he instigates some of these questions.
Aw,
Yeah, for sure.
that's nice.
Can I
Your
ask
rookies
another
are ranked
That's
way
nice,
too high, by the way.
Yeah, fuck you, bet.
Can I expand a question real quick?
All
So,
right.
to Don-
Yeah, go ahead,
Oh, you
man.
mean my
Go ahead.
Rising Stars?
You can kick me out if you want.
No, go ahead, Ben. If you want to expand on the question, keep
just
going.
to expand the question. So
Yeah.
Dante, outside Denmark, so like, you don't think there's any other challengers who could come in and not make a lot of the basic mistakes that we see challengers play when they get called up? Like, you think it's really just Dylan? That's it right now?
I mean, most of the top AMs, whoever's at the top right now, I think any of them could be in, but I don't. Like I said, I don't think.
I
it's
want to
gonna
give
make
a
much
shout
of
out to
difference.
Brack and Exceed, bro. I feel like those
Yeah.
guys, they've been down
Yeah,
there.
they're
like,
notable metrics as well, but
they're
like
players
I said,
that I feel like that
don't-
are good at. They just know God.
They're
But I
good.
think-
They're
I
good. They
think
just been
just
in the pro
most-
league already.
yeah,
so
I
I think the
don't
reason
look
they
at 'em
win
like
in
that.
challengers is because they have been pros before, and that's a big aspect that challenger players are missing. What Dante touched on, like they don't realize reading the kill feed, how much space you can take on the map, trading effectively, breaking, holding. Like challengers and those players, once they get to the pro level, they will start adding those things into their arsenal and their gameplay when they learn it. But in challengers, it's really just whoever is the most talented
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
winning.
Well, it's pretty
And the
simple.
reason FaZe Black is winning is because like they have some former pros who have that kind of structure and smarts,
Yeah, it's a
and they
good
have
mix.
the talent
Yeah,
next to
agreed.
them.
Yeah.
I would disagree with that, but I think for the reason, can I add?
Yeah,
If
sure. Go
that's
ahead.
okay?
Of course.
The reason being that I think that Dylan's making the assumption here that whoever gets picked up to the CDL, be it, there's different circumstances under which players are coming in. So just to take Purge as an example, I don't think he had been in Challengers before last year. And I don't know when his first elite was, but he was like fairly not consistent or not doing that well or standing out at the beginning of the season. So you picked him up and he's learning all these things now, but I don't know that that gives him the arsenal. For example, Dylan Rex has been competing since Modern Warfare 19. I think he was also in Black Ops 4, like at the World Champs, but he's been like competing for a really long time. So I think that that gives you to say that, you know, a year or, you know, 6 months in the league, not doing well and then coming back to challengers gives you some sort of a greater skill set or more experience or greater understanding of the game than having played consistently and like doing well consistently for 4 years in challengers. I think that's like an overstatement that's not justified.
Well, the Purge Dylan, how old is Purge?
I don't know. I think he's really young.
20. I think 20.
He's young, yeah.
He couldn't play. Like the only reason he could play Modern Warfare 2 is that was the first year he was eligible, right?
I don't think.
I think so.
Yeah. So that's
it was either the first or second year he was eligible, but yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, but go ahead, Ben. You want to keep going on this question, Ben?
I'm good.
I was gonna say we should move on to the next question. Yeah, Ina, thank you so much. I appreciate you hopping in. Thank you.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Definitely.
Take it easy. Shout out to Ina for hopping in and asking a question. What happened, Pat?
Did you say it's fair to say that like Challenger kids play the game, but they don't play the game within the game?
Yeah, all challengers gameplay is all fake COD.
Challengers gameplay is an organized free for all. That's why the most talented players will show out.
I wouldn't say you guys are making it like you guys are kind of being unfair, like making it seem like they don't try to like do that. I think they try to replicate it. But like they're the people they play.
There's just two levels to it.
100%. Yeah, 100%. What I'm saying is like they're obviously like trying to replicate what the pros do because a lot of them will watch the pro league. They'll watch like the the better teams and try to replicate it.
But replicate and understand are different things.
Exactly. So like that's the thing. Like they're not used to playing against people like FaZe, like New York, like Optic, where they're gonna get punished for certain things for not being quick enough. So like even if they replicate it, like they're not necessarily being put under that amount of pressure where they're having to make those decisions faster and faster. So like they have a basic understanding of it, but they don't have the advanced understanding that they would get from practicing. So it's not entirely fake. It's not entirely fake. It's just surface level to the point where if you can master that surface level, you essentially are ready to try to get to the next level. So like they're not going to make, a lot of them won't make a direct impact.
You completely agree, Chris. I'm glad that you completely agree.
Yes, I'm more so saying like you guys are making it seem like it's super black and white.
I mean, it's kind of
today might be the national Yapathon day. No bullshit.
Yeah, that's fine. You guys can have your opinion. I'm just saying.
Let's move on. Let's move on because I think Mac Dookie has a great question.
Fuck yeah, Mac Dookie.
You know what? I just feel like Mac Dookie's got a phenomenal question. I don't know why.
Hey, how you doing? Can you
What's
hear me
going
all right?
on, Mac Dookie? How you doing, man?
Yo.
I'm doing all right. So this is kind of an ironic question coming after the previous talk about recycled maps. But the question is, what 3 maps from previous CODs would you pick to enter a permanent competitive map pool? Maps that you would like to see played by pros year after year. For example, Raid. Let's say for non-jetpack games.
Yeah, Raid is number 1.
London Docks Raid easy.
I feel like everybody always goes to Raid, bro. Can we like X Raid out? I'm tired of Raid now. I'm tired of that shit.
I was joking with you.
I'm not gonna lie, bro.
London Docks for sure. I like London Docks.
London Docks lock it in.
London Docks would be great with trophies on the map because that shit was fucking like crazy.
I was gonna say one good shout that I think a lot of people forgot about is was it called Volk or whatever? It was like Detroit in World War II.
Yeah.
That map was Valkyrie. Was it called Valkyrie?
That was just Detroit.
It was like Detroit, yeah, but it was like a little bit different. But I love that map. I think that map was good too.
That map was fucking terrible, bro.
I loved it. I think I played like
Detroit was a good. It was laid out like Detroit a little bit.
That you just pre-fired and they just
breaking bunker. This map awesome.
No, but bunker was the only hill that sucked.
All right, boys, I gotta hop off. It's been an absolute pleasure.
It's been a pleasure, Dill. Thank you for hopping on, brother. Later, Dill. Take it easy.
Good night.
To Dill's point, I'm surprised London Docks. I mean, to be fair, it's World War II setting, but I'm surprised. London Docks is actually like a decent map. I think maybe the only reason it's been replicated is size.
All right, I'm going London Docks. I'm going Gunrunner, and I'm going
Gunrunner's
What'd
an
you say?
Underdog. I like that.
Gunrunner's a good
Yeah.
shout.
I just think it
Yeah.
was too big.
Gunrunner's insane.
Yeah,
it was
like-
like a 5v5 map.
Lunardogs, Gunrunner, and then what's
It's
another
gotta be.
map,
It's gotta be
bro?
Raid, Tom. It has to be Raid.
Nah,
Right?
not Raid, bro. There's gotta be
Everyone picks
something
Raid,
else.
bro.
Bro.
Raid's
Oh, all
boring.
right, I got one.
but
Solar, bro, and I'll take Solar. Give me Solar.
Solar didn't have wouldn't
Solar
have worked
without
without
jetpacks?
yeah,
Bro, you
without
can
jetpacks.
add a fucking staircase or something. You can add something, bro.
Nah,
You
the
good- you
mid
good,
the
bro.
mid
Where?
the mid
You
the
good,
mid would have
bro.
been chalk
Yeah,
with
yeah,
that giant
yeah,
wall.
You,
Bro, I
you,
can
you
tell
change
there's
it up a
not
little
many
bit.
ball
You good.
knowers here. It's very simple. It's
What are your
hangar,
choices?
it's
Nah, Jesus
courtyard, it's
Christ.
upheaval, and
World War that war
What is this from fucking
And,
1962? What the fuck? What
What
maps are
Cliffside?
those?
Cliffside was actually
World at War,
godlike.
Tom.
Yeah, World at War.
I mean,
Oh, that's
like
a
those
long
maps,
time
like
ago, bro.
in
That's a
reality
pub
look kind
game.
of good, but like it's just
Hey,
hard
which
to
one was
like.
uphill? Was that the town, Pat?
It's hard
Yeah.
because they didn't have hardpoint in them.
Had the train in the back. Yeah.
Like,
What?
they didn't, there
That's a-
wasn't
World at
hardpoint in
War is
them,
a
so-
great game,
Bro,
though.
World at War we had every game mode. We had war, sabotage.
No, but we didn't have
S&D,
hardpoint, and hardpoint's completely
Dom.
different.
Nah.
I'm just saying. I mean, like, yeah, those maps were pretty good for the game modes they were played for, though. But no, I would
World
say
at
Raid
War
and
was the
Lendox
best.
were
Was the
100%.
best pub game. That game was so fun for pubs. That was like the. I feel like what was the best pub stomping game for you guys? Because for me, it had to be World at War was up there for me. That's probably my number one.
I honestly like
Pre-
Black Ops 3 a lot.
MW3.
Really?
Pre-PDW patch, Black Ops 2 was pretty good on pub.
I like Black Ops 2 because
Shit
Swarm
was
Dogs
crazy.
and MW3 for Moabs.
I like
Oh
BO3
yeah,
a
the
lot.
Moabs and shit. MW3
on
did
a
have good pubs as well. Go ahead, Pat.
MW3 was good, yeah.
No, I was just on a serious note though. For my answer, it'd probably be Noodleplex, Pueblito,
Big noodle
Um,
guy. I'm a big noodle guy.
Echelon HQ.
These are X Defiant maps.
Nah,
chat,
Echelon,
for
Echelon. I don't like
unaware.
Echelon. I'm
Yeah,
not an Echelon guy.
Noodleplex. Oh, they're X
why are you
Defiant
not
maps.
Why are you not an Echelon HQ fan?
It's just too like it's cluttered.
Well, hey Dookie, I appreciate you coming in and asking that question, Mac.
Yeah,
I
thanks,
appreciate you,
guys.
man. Thank you so much,
Have a
man.
good night.
Yeah, you too. Take care, Mac. Shout out to Mac. Everybody show him some love, man. Let's get another one in here. Sam, why don't you pick one, Sam? Who you feeling?
Swag Magician.
Swag Magician.
That's a good one. It's a good one.
Good name.
Let's get him in here. Swag Magician. Phenomenal. What's going on, Swag Magician? What's happening?
No shit, man. How's it going?
Wait. I'm sorry, Swag. I have to interrupt you really quick before we go. Tom, I'm gonna message you on Twitter. We gotta bring this up.
Okay. What is this?
That's Sam's all-time favorite competitive
is
map.
this the fucking? Wait, is this my shit one or my real one?
Whoa, I don't know.
Is this my Piccadilly S&D one?
It's a shit one.
Let's
It's a
go.
shit one.
Let's go.
Give me your all-time competitive map set using a map only once, and you can choose your game 3 map/mode combo.
I fear he
Bow
doesn't
Cage
know ball.
Hardpoint, Piccadilly
cooking right
S&D, Fortress
Yo, chat, type one
Control,
if I'm
Hydro Hardpoint, Ramaza S&D. Holy
One's in chat if I'm cooking.
fucking shit. Holy
I would
fuck.
switch out Hydro for Invasion currently.
That is fucking horrible. So
I would
this
switch Hydro for
That's
Invasion.
solid for
right
sure,
now.
Sam.
I would swap it with Terminal Hardpoint. To be honest, that map should have
Nah,
stayed.
Invasion's way worse.
Invasion
I'm
is
cooking right here, bro.
fucking
I'm
horrible.
actually whipping up a 5.
I
Michelin
actually
star meal
think
right here.
Invasion Hardpoint should replace Hydro. Hydro had its moments.
Tom, scroll
What?
down and look at Sam's combo with Ken. That's in the flicker.
Yeah, I usually don't scroll down on Twitter because like
There's no
titties be
titties
popping
down
up and shit. Oh, right here, boom. God, I love COD maps. So inspirational. Sam said I was
No,
trying
not
to
that one.
pre
Let's talk about-
MW19, but I just couldn't.
Man.
I'll talk about Ken, not Clay.
Kenny could possibly switch out control for London Dog CTF, and you'd have the best series of all time, in my opinion. And then Sam said I was thinking Doc CTF / Gav Control, bro. Gav Control,
I cooked.
horrible,
Gav is insane.
absolutely horrible. Gava 2 was one of the worst maps ever, bro. I
I don't know, that was
hated
LA
that
Thieves,
map.
love that
Special,
shit.
I don't know.
What about Saint? What about
Dante, you
Saint
like that
Petro
shit? Dante, you
Domination?
liked it?
Hell no.
Gava 2 was
Auto veto.
horrible.
What about St. Peter Griffin domination, guys?
I love no auto aim in the middle of the map.
Oh yeah, no,
And then-
Miami S&D could be up there, guys. Miami could be in there.
Nah, Miami was unnecessarily hated.
It was just a vibey map. That's all.
Bro,
It was
do
on
you
a beach
guys
and shit.
remember-
Miami it was vibey.
Do you guys remember Arc Love Hardpoint at the beginning of MW 2019?
Yeah, they had 75
Yeah.
hills on
When
it.
I heard that was a map, that's when I gave up.
Yeah, but let's
Oh,
go.
wait, Swag Magician, you didn't get your question.
Yeah, let's get back to the question here. Swag Magician, let it rip. What's your question, man?
All right, so this is for like any pro or ex-pro here. If you could go back in time and replay one series from your career to get a different result, which would you choose and why?
Mine
And
would be
I think I know Sam's.
Mine would probably be World War II COD champs, TK, just winning that series. We would have went to the grand final. We would have played EG, and we just matched up well against them. So probably that one. That was the year probably I always regret, like fucking, I always look back on. I'm like, oh shit,
Wait, Ben left. We're not gonna get Ben's series.
Yeah, no, we are. Where did Ben go? Did he dip out? Oh, Jesus Christ, what happened? But yeah, Swag Magician, probably COD champs, World War II, TK. If we would have won that, we would have been in the grand final against CG.
Mine would be Vanguard champs versus FaZe.
I really thought we were gonna play you guys, Dante. I really did.
Yeah, it's just round 11, choked. So I feel like
mine would be against Pat, World War II champs.
I knew it.
We
One
win a
map.
Mine would be Advanced Warfare against who was it? TR at Champs. I should have agreed to GAs and not used the cringe shit because they were better with it. An honorable mention.
Oh, shit, really?
Honorable mention is against FaZe, against Tom. I was up 3-0 in a best of 7 in season 3 playoffs in Advanced Warfare, and we got reverse swept in a best of 7.
Go fuck yourself.
Tough one to do.
yeah, those are good.
Hey, good question. Appreciate you, Swag Magician. Thank you for hopping in.
I didn't get mine.
Oh, sorry, Slay. You were very quiet. I thought we were done.
Yeah,
Nobody
no
was
worries.
speaking. Go ahead, Slay. Go ahead, Pat.
I was just thinking. I think. Man, this is tough. I think it would be the AW, MLG Columbus kickoff. I wish we would have lost map 9. Or it was technically map 9, but it was game 4 of. Basically, what I'm saying, I wish we went the distance to round 11 and beat them there. Just so
to
it's a
break
little
their
bit more
hearts even more.
heartbreaking. Yeah.
You're sadist, bro.
Yeah, what are you talking about, bro? Pat? What are you talking about?
One more round.
Bro, Pat's actually been
Hey, Doug's in the chat too. We got Doug Sensor Martin in the chat. We got a lot of pros, former pros. Everybody's watching. Shout out to everybody watching. Shout out to Doug, man.
Wait, Pat, what's your like heartbreaker series that you've lost? I know you don't have many.
I don't really think I have a heartbreaker. I have like one series that we absolutely shouldn't have lost, and it was such a mind blowing L. It was the COD Champs BO2, and if you go back and watch that series, like we got bombed down in a 4v4.
Was it the Scump one?
Well, yeah,
Was it
Scump
the
got
Aftermath one?
get the kills, but yeah, but the reality is Teep had first blood, dead to rights, and he stopped shooting, and like that's what triggered that whole play to break down. But we got bombed down, 4v4 aftermath, perfect setup, and then Teep stopped shooting.
Damn, my
He
bad.
didn't stop
T.
shooting. We get blood. 4v3. It's GG.
Wow.
My bad, T.
Damn, that's tough. Swag Magician, thank you
actually
so much for your
insane.
question. I appreciate you. Thank you for hopping in.
All right, guys. Thanks for bringing me on.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Later, Mr. Magician.
Let's do one more. You guys cool for one more?
I see Exceed in the chat. Maybe we should call up Exceed.
Yeah, call up Exceed. Is that him? Is
I
that
got
it?
shot in my
MC.
side.
That's
Chat. Couldn't do
MC
anything.
incoming. Fucking.
Yo, what's up, boys?
What's up, Exceed? What's going on, brother? How are you?
I'm great. How are you guys?
We're doing phenomenal, man. We
He's
weren't
muted.
sure if that was you or not. We thought it was a troll for a second. How you doing, bro? You doing good?
I'm doing good, man. I got a great question for you guys.
Yeah, sure. What's the question?
How many goddamn more tourneys do I gotta win to get another chance?
Damn. I mean, shit. That's
Well, why don't you hit up Adam Assault because he could use you right now.
Adam needs you and Jesus. Go help him.
No, on a real side note though, what?
no talk your shit, bro. Go ahead, bro.
What? There's shit that has to change, bro. And I want to be the one to say it because there's a lot of people that have been in the league that have gotten bounced because of just being put in absolute dog shit situations. And there's like this stigma around players. And I'll use me for an example. I'll use multiple other teammates that I've had as examples too, where you get thrown into a shit situation on a shit team, and then you get placed in this category of just a shit player because you're on an absolutely fucking miserable team that has no chance of winning, and then your chance of getting league bound is just nearly impossible. Like
No,
that
that's
shit has
facts.
to
That's
change.
facts. No, that's
Well,
true.
that's just as simple as
I feel like
That's
me
also the
personally,
problem with the CDL.
yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
that's an issue in itself. But I feel like it's like that in every single sport. When you go to the NBA, you don't choose what team you get to be on.
No,
You know what I'm saying? So
100%.
if you get put on a bad team, I mean, That's just what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could have easily gotten the league, and I could have went on Paris or whatever, and got shit on or whatever it is. I mean, that's just a. It's either you take the chance and you take the opportunity and try to capitalize on as much as you can, or you don't take it and you gotta wait.
Yeah,
So,
you
I
gotta
feel
make
like
you
that's
gotta make the
just-
most out of a shit
But
situation.
the
Yeah.
difference of the sports comparison is like you could be a superstar player on a bad team and still be recognized as a superstar player. I feel like in COD that's nearly impossible because so much of how good you are is reliant on your team also being
Yeah,
good.
that's fair.
There's also just
Yeah.
more teams. So like, listen, there's like a couple of like really good NBA teams right at the top, the higher echelon, right? You go there, you don't play well against those NBA teams, and it's whatever. But you have so many other like teams that are either on the same level as you or worse than you, hypothetically, that like you can go and show out against those teams in this league. Like it's not like that. I feel like there's just a lot of like more boundaries in terms of like how good like teams are. So like you're less likely to play bad teams where you can show out even if you're on a bad team, where you're more likely to just get shit on. You know what I
Bro, I
mean?
don't care about showing out against shitters.
But that's
What?
but that's the thing though. I'm saying like you have more opportunities to show out and like be and show that you're at least at the caliber of the league than
Wait, there's
you
plenty
do
of players
now.
that have been on absolute shit teams that have quote unquote shown out and
Yeah,
continue
but
to be in the league.
well,
after
those
that.
are but those guys are him like type players. Like
Yeah,
they're
that's
not.
what you have to be.
You
I
have-
mean, there's only
exactly,
48
you
players.
have to be
players in
him.
the league.
But
Yeah, but
those
there's
guys
some-
are
there's
also
some players-
recognized before that though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but there are also some players that are just good team players that can make a difference on a team and may not necessarily be a star player and can make an impact on a top team.
I mean,
You don't
that's
have-
also
there's
fair
not-
too, but I also feel like, I mean, especially for me, like when I'm playing against these people and playing against these teams, you can things like that. You watch VOD, you can see what their arrow is doing. You can see how they challenge. You can see what they do, and you go to you watch the CDO and you can listen to comms. You can see all that stuff. Like you can see people's value as a player just by watching the arrow and what they do and how they think and even
Honestly,
the comms
bro,
and stuff
it's
like
that culture is just so hard to change, and the only way anything like that's ever going to change is if there's more spots in the league or the league dissolves and more people have to earn their spots. Because I have no doubts that if that was the case, then you would see more breakout talent. You would see more breakout teams that would potentially replace some of these rosters, right?
I also
But there's
think if
just
you're
no
in
opportunity that
challengers-
way anymore.
I also think if you're in
Kismet is a great
challengers,
example,
you
by the way.
shouldn't run an assault
Yeah, I
rifle.
was just gonna say that. Kiz is a literally prime example of that because when he was on Paris, he was not playing well, but everybody knows how good fucking Kiz is.
Yeah, no,
Exactly. So
Kismet's
that's why he
a-
got picked up.
Do you guys
Yeah.
disagree with this? If you're
Yeah,
in
being
challengers,
challengers for 2 years.
if you're in challengers and you want to make the CDL, you should not be running an assault rifle.
What? Look
I
at
think
fucking
that was
Dante
probably-
and
Nah,
fucking
that's- I
Abuja
don't agree with
and
that.
fucking
I think in the
Scrap.
past, that
Bro,
was.
think about it. Even
accurate.
Abuza got picked up to be a sub.
Well, that's because Seattle's
but
fucking
it's-
stupid, bro.
Bro,
That's
yeah.
not because he was running an AR.
ARs,
You just gotta take
Scrap,
over,
think
bro.
think about the CDO. The ARs roles are the most safe. When can you remember ARs getting dropped?
Yeah,
It's
Maine's
always
never gonna
subs.
like replace.
Like,
bro.
They I mean
Even the fast
If
AR
you're not a
Wait,
flex
no.
or sub, your percentage of getting picked up drastically goes down.
They-
Well,
they-
that's
very
fair.
fair.
I agree with
To the main AR problem, that's fair because I know Tom's in Tommy's chat. We've talked about this a lot with Tom Gravity and how long he had to wait to get a shot.
Yeah,
how few
Maine is
AR
the most
spots we
gate
give
kept
up.
role in the league.
But that is
100%.
also
The
but
fast
that
AR
is
spots, if
also
you're him, you're gonna get picked up. Go
but
ahead,
that's also
Chris.
because most of the time people are going to look at like the submachine gun players as the first issue on a team, like the more aggressive players, because they're the ones that
Those are the
tend to
spots
make.
you're competing for.
Yeah,
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
they tend to make the most mistakes because they're obviously the aggressors, so they're put in those positions. But once that happens, like there are teams that I mean, I can look at the teams right now, and there's some teams that need to swap out AR players, and
Yeah,
ARs
but
are
that's the
the ones
point.
that are
They're,
needed
they're
this
the
year.
most safe role on a team. Look
They-
at
they-
Alec.
they are,
We've been
they are.
saying Alec is horrible for 2 years. He's in the league. Clay
Bro,
is
Maine-
31. He's in the league. Like
Well,
there's plenty of mains who just stay in the league.
Why do you think it's the most? Like, why do you think that is? Do you think it's because those
Because-
players are making the right decisions and they deserve to stay on the team, or is it because
People don't know
it's
how
not
to
the keys
analyze
to
the
the
role
roster?
properly. Because
They
bro,
don't.
we've had first of all, a lot of main ARs are quote unquote the old guard. Like you had Attach, Lamar, me, Austin. Like there's a lot of these players that have been in the league a really long time, which is one part. But the second part is people really don't know how to look at the role and like actually say if they're a good or a bad player because it's the quote lowest impact role. So you don't actually. It's not a good indicator of like the eye test because a lot of like I hate the word intangibles, but like intangibles get attached to the role naturally because that's just how it is when you run main AR. So when you look at all these players, it's just gatekept because they don't know whether they're good or bad, and they just continue to be in the league. And a lot of them, again, are the old guards. They have wins and they have precedent set already. Whereas, like, to Chris's point, the subs are the ones that are making the high impact mistakes. So yeah, this guy's double negative. Fucking get him out of here.
But you look at the roster changes. That's who's getting dropped. And if you're if I'm a challengers player, like I'm just thinking like smart here. I want to get picked up in the CDL. I'm running the role that players in the CDL are getting dropped from.
100%.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah, but bro, it's to a point though where I've said
I'm not
this.
saying it's right. I'm just saying that's what's happening.
The reality.
If you want to take advantage of it, that's what you do.
I'm
going to use our team as an example, and I'm not going to throw out names, but there were multiple people from our teams that got offers from teams at the beginning of this year and turned those down because we know that if you go into a bad situation, your chances of getting back in the league after that are completely fucked. Correct.
That is, I'm not disagreeing with you on that, kid. And that is the landscape of it, and I don't think that it's fair, and I 100% agree. But
look your DMs, by the way.
Huh?
Look your DMs, by the way.
Sure.
Continue, Tim.
There are just there's situations in the league. Absolutely. I always use like the Yuli example from last year when he joined London, bro. That team fucking sucked. You could have put Simp in that spot. Actually, no, you probably couldn't have, but you could have put a lot of players in that spot and the team would have sucked and they still would have got pushed out of the league. But there are players that get put on teams like Gwyn. He's on fucking London. They are terrible. Everybody knows he's good. He's probably going to have a spot next year. Afro, he went on to London in fucking Cold War. Absolute dog shit roster. Everyone knew he was good. He continued on. AG, different situation. He teamed with Dante the first time, continued on. Like, there are people that can pass the eye test and can perform against every single caliber of CDL team, not just farm shitters, that like, yeah, this guy's really good. He's going to have a career in this shit. Right. And there are situations like Seattle this year, if any challenger player, doesn't fucking matter who it is, barring Jesus himself, joins Seattle, that they're still going to get fucking fried. So it's just
I want to say
that's facts.
Two realities can be true at the same time.
I also think Exceed declining an offer because you think the team is shit. It's a huge gamble, bro. It's a huge risk. Like because if I'm in this situation, I'm probably just gonna go to that team anyway and just do what I gotta do and just perform, be a good teammate, and just try and take control of the roster and just drop the shit cans around you. I would try and drop everybody around me. Yeah,
I think there's also like a form of like being real with yourself and realistic expectations in terms of like how good you are and what you can bring to a team. I feel like a lot of people are kind of delusional in that sense, where like I'm sure everyone wants to have this confidence where like I'm him. But in reality, like, know your role as a player. So like, for example, you, Dante, you're a superstar player. You have that option. There are other players that are role players. If they're being real with themselves, if they put themselves in a terrible system, it's going to fail. And the only way they can salvage it is if, and I'm a big proponent of this, and I've told a lot of people this, if you get into the fucking league, speak the fuck up. Right? Don't be one of those players that just like sits on the sidelines and just like take shit from your teammates, even if you think they're wrong. Speak the fuck up, get people on your side, and make people realize that you are not like to be scapegoated, because that happens a lot in COD. So like,
but I could see why people are declining offers to Exceed. Like I see the reasoning. Like I see why people are leaning towards that direction, declining. Like Donnie did it. Temp is a perfect example. Actually, I was gonna talk about this because somebody came in with a super chat during the watch party and asked this question, but I was like, screw it. I'll bring this up on the flank. But the question was, did Donnie make a good decision? Right, him sitting out and declining offers and going to, which I don't even know if he declined offers, but let's say he did from the lower tier team. Say he got an offer and he declined it and he went to challengers. Do you think he made the right decision now, looking back at it? Like Donnie's still in challengers. Donnie wants to get back in there.
What would make it a bad decision though? Like are we just valuing the salary? Because like he would not get on a team that would do well. He would be getting shit on. He would not make any prize money. So if you're looking at it strictly from the $55,000 minimum salary and whether that's a good or bad decision, then yeah, obviously he made a bad financial decision, but I don't think his situation would have been any different. Like he probably would have been out the league next season anyway. Like he would just have been in the same cycle which to be fair, he was stuck in the longest on that Vegas squad.
Yeah,
for me as well. Like in Cold War, like I had an option to join Vegas and I declined it, and I waited another year after that, and I knew my time was going to come.
Like it really is a gamble. It's a gamble.
It's a case to case thing, dude. Like I said,
it's a gamble.
You're a superstar. I'm sure you knew how good you were. Like he's
a star.
Everyone knew how good you were. You didn't deserve to be on a Vegas team.
Yeah.
But there are other challenger players that could replace some of these people on lower tier teams and either produce similar or better potential results. The thing is, though, it's on you to be. You have to realize this is a political game. It's not just about performance. So, like, if you get put in these situations and you get an offer, you have to come in with a realistic expectation, and like you have to get people on your side. That is a part of the game.
Also, let's not forget this, and this goes back years, bro. Networking is a part of life, not just like outside of the Call of Duty community. Like, you have to be able to network as a person. And I believe the difference between the challengers who get in are like whether they network plays a huge part of this. A lot of the challenger players, and this goes back to some of the like star players we're talking about who never left their friend group, never left their bubble, and like really hurt themselves, their chances in progressing in their career. It's the same case now for upcoming challenger players. You gotta be able to network. You got to be able to get in conversations with these people that you know you eventually want to team with. And I'm not talking about like the dick riding like scenario. I'm talking about just genuinely network to where you have those relationships. That is insanely important, and it plays a major role. But something I think we're also forgetting here is, you know, we're talking about the challenger players coming in and being on bad teams. The reality is the only teams really making the changes in the CDL are the bad teams.
Yeah.
So no matter what, every team that a CDL or a challenger player is going to get on is going to be a bad team. And this goes back to the point I made a couple episodes ago. It's so fucking important for these teams to make these roster changes in the offseason and stop making these shit teams and then have to go into the fact of, oh, now we're ass in the middle of the league. Now let's pick up some challenger players and hopefully like resolve our situation. Make good teams from the get-go. Even if you're picking from challengers, it's the same thing. But don't wait until the last minute to where you put everybody in this cycle. And the coaches are to blame, the GMs are to blame. There's a lot of blame to go around, but I think there's more to it than just whether you should or shouldn't decline.
Well, and I think from their views, Pat, they'd argue, well, you know, that's what we tried to do is make a good team. I think just the vision with some of these coaches and some of these GMs or
but
organizations
teams are taking risk in the offseason. Like,
gotta take risk, bro. You gotta take
everyone's
risk.
Being safe, and then we're just seeing how bad it is. Like,
and it's not if you're actually watching.
Who are taking risk are turning the best main ARs and challengers into subs.
Yeah.
Like, what is that?
Yeah, and if you're actually watching challengers, Pat, like you know who's good down there. Like you know, a perfect example is Gio. Like when you would watch Gio in challengers, like you knew he was good. I talked to Dylan about Gio, like on the phone. I was like, yeah, he's good as fuck. Like Gio's good. Like he's talented. And Sam, I know you mentioned it in the watch party, right? Like watching, you're like, yo, Gio's like he can shoot. I'm motherfucking shoot. Like there's players in challengers that like if you watch enough. You know if they know COD, they make good decisions, and if they can shoot, you know they're good. So there's a lot of people down there. You don't need to spend a lot of money to make a good team. If you actually watch the game and
you just have to know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
You just have to be able to evaluate talent and have any level of COD IQ at all to like look at a mini map and say.
Well, a lot of the
there's obviously a lot easier to make a good team with money though. I mean, for sure.
There's a lot of the GMs and there's certain coaches that just don't have that sort of eye. Like it's been a thing. It's always been a thing. It still will probably be a thing.
It's harder to do, but it's doable. But yo, Exceed, I appreciate you hopping in and ranting and spewing. That was good, bro. Got a good convo going, and I appreciate you hopping in and keep doing your thing.
Hey, thank you, man. I'm gonna win the cup this weekend and then we'll win Miami.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's the attitude I like here. Yep. Love that. Go face black.
Wait. So you still here?
Yeah.
Bro, I mean, no bullshit. If you just run challengers, you'll probably make more money in challengers than you would in the CDL.
I've basically made I'm not even like, I don't want to sound cocky when I say this because like I think one of the biggest reasons that I wasn't in the league is because of the perception that people had of me being like an asshole and stuff like that. But I mean, realistically, I make more money in challengers than I did being on a bad team in the league. And I'm not blaming any of my teammates. We just had a terrible team. It just didn't work out. And, you know, now there's perception on me. And I mean, at this point, like, you know, I don't care. I just want to win. And if being in challengers, I make more money, fuck it. I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
Keep winning, bro.
Keep doing your thing, brother. Keep doing your thing. Keep inspiring. Keep fucking firing.
Honestly, that's all you can. That's all you can
Go
really
phase
do, to be
blast.
A
honest.
lot of these teams still need changes, Kate. Your shit might be
You guys good, or you want to take? We've been going on for a while. You guys want to get one more, or you guys done now?
No,
You got.
let's do
A quick one.
predictions.
A quick one.
I'm out of here, boys. Thank you guys.
All right, see you later, brother. Later one. You want to do a quick one? All right, we need a quick one here. Pat, you pick. Who do you think's gonna ask a good quick question?
I've actually got something to say real quick, if y'all don't mind.
Okay, go ahead, Jim.
No, I don't have a question. I don't have a question. This is for real.
Yeah.
Our boy Chris is hidden. He just posted some shit on Twitter. I think he's maybe like lost a family member or something. If y'all could show some love.
Oh man, I hate to hear that. We obviously love Chris is hidden, man. Chris is in here every day with spamming love, spamming emotes, going crazy. So definitely want to show some love to Chris is hidden. Hate to hear that. And my heart goes out to Chris and his family. That's sending love over to Chris, man. Send some love over to him, man. I'm sure he appreciates all the energy and the love in the chat as well, man. I didn't see that, Chandler. So thank you for letting us know. I didn't see that, but
we posted it a couple minutes ago. That's why.
Yeah, everybody show some love to Chris and get some W's in there. And I think on that note, we should end it too. I think we should go in. We'll do some predictions and we'll call it. What do you guys think?
Yeah, let's do that. That's fine.
Let's do it. Let's go into predictions and let's do it. Everybody show some love to Chris is hidden. We love you, Chris. Stay strong, buddy. We love you. Let's hop in. Let's move on. Let's end this show, bro. Ben, you better be ready for that putt as well. Because there's a lot of predictions coming in right now. So you better get fucking active, Ben. I'm going to need you to get active and get ready to go. Who's playing tomorrow? Anybody good?
No.
Is it more shit games?
Bracket deciding matches.
There's like bracket deciding shit, but the games are terrible.
Well, that's good. At least Sunday we got some bangers.
Yeah, well, that's good. Yeah, yeah.
We got one. We got one on Sunday.
All right, we have one. We have one good one coming up.
The last match, yeah.
All right, let's switch it over. Let's take a look. We got Carolina versus Vegas. We got Minnesota versus Miami, and we got Toronto versus LA Thieves. I actually like that match. I'm excited for the Toronto LA Thieves one tomorrow. I think that'll be closer than people expect. I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe.
All right, so we got Carolina versus Vegas going up first. I'm actually gonna go Vegas this one. I'm gonna go Vegas 3-1 against Carolina. Ben, who do you got?
I was gonna say Vegas 3-1 as well. I think Carolina's peace, but I think Vegas is in cruise control right now and take this as 4.
Who do you got,
Vegas
Sam?
as well. Don't touch got me.
Yeah, I'll go Vegas 3-2 actually.
Vegas 3-2, Dante?
Yeah.
Pat?
I got Vegas. We all got Vegas. Every single one of us.
All right, Pat, you got Vegas, Pat?
Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
All right, and then we got Minnesota Rocker going up against Miami. This is both of them are 1-5, so this is a big win for these guys. But both teams are fiending for a W here.
Wait, is this a winner? 1-5 against 1-5 playing for winner bracket?
Playing for winners bracket. I think it is, right?
It's a winners bracket eliminator. So like whoever loses it.
That's
is
crazy.
fucked,
That's
whoever
insane.
wins is
I got Minnesota in this one. I'm gonna go Minnesota 3-2. Who do you got, Ben?
Oh, bro. I did a video. I just couldn't decide, like, because Miami's such a team that's just so hot and cold and mostly cold this stage. And Minnesota's had some tough losses.
Who you got, Ben? It's been a long one. Who you got?
I'm just gonna say Miami, bro. I'm just gonna say Miami. Fuck it, man. Like,
yo, what the fuck is a heretic though?
I hear you, Tommy. Good comms.
Was that Tommy Temper? Wait. Hey, we got FaZe Temper in the building, ladies and gentlemen. An absolute legend.
I was just tuning in, and I was just thinking about the time that Eggs fucking helped win us the championship after he fucking was in the ER for fucking up his thumb.
Yes,
like
sir.
like hours before the tournament, bro. Haggy, you were in there too, right?
I was not on the team.
No,
I was on the team afterwards.
We smoked them, Tommy.
Yeah, I lost. I beat Pat winners and lost to him in losers.
Oh shit.
You said, what the fuck is a heretic?
Good times.
Yo, what's going on? Tom, you still grinding ranked? You at Crimson yet or what, bro?
Nah, bro. I played like 4 more games and I was out of there.
That's phenomenal. Yeah, Tom, this is your first time on the flank, huh? This is your first time ever.
Kind of crazy, right?
That is kind of crazy, bro. We got to get you on way more, bro. We got to get you. I don't know. We do got to get you on way more.
I'm gonna be jumping in here, bro.
Yo, Tom, give us
How do you like
predictions.
that?
We got Minnesota Rocker versus Miami Heretics. Who do you got? They're both 1-5. They're both 1-5
what the
right
fuck
now.
is a heretic?
Yeah, nah, I don't
Flip
know
a
what
coin.
heretic is, bro. I'm with my rocker boys.
All right, bro. And then we got Toronto Ultra. Wait, do we all have Rocker in this series, by the way?
I
Or is
got Rocker.
Nah, I think Ben had Miami, no?
Ben, you have Miami?
Ben got Miami.
I got Rocker. I got Rocker 3-1.
Listen. Here's the deal: is Vickle told me in my chat, bro. If Real Madrid wins, Miami Heretics wins. And listen, Real Madrid plays like 11, so if they win, I think the momentum carries.
This guy Ben's an asshole. This guy Ben's a fucking asshole. Hey,
I'm just repeating the information from Vickle, bro.
all right, so we all got Miami.
No.
Or sorry, we all got Rocker except for Ben, who has Miami. Sorry. Let's move on. Toronto Ultra versus LA Thieves. Who do you guys got here?
3-1. Toronto 3-1.
Toronto.
I got Toronto as well.
Predictions are so boring this year, man.
Yeah, I got Toronto.
Unfortunately.
I don't know. Thieves are 4-2. That's crazy.
Yeah, we're out here, Tommy. We're out here. We're doing the damn thing.
Yeah.
Let's go, Octane.
We're doing this shit, baby.
Now, they
4-2.
started
I'm
rough.
ready.
They've been getting some dubs recently, Tom. They've been getting some dubs.
They
So,
had a bunch of gritty Game 5 fucking cheese victories, but that last one was
Cheese victories. Those were controlled
Cheese
series
victories.
from start
Oh,
to finish.
the almost reverse sweep was a controlled series.
Double.
Yeah, we just
almost
wanted
reverse
Dan to
sweeps.
have a 19,000 damage series, Ben.
Listen,
That's all.
Tommy, this guy Sam on one of these reverse sweeps had to put on his champs jersey and his fucking ring to try and get his team to fucking victory.
An inch or a mile, Ben. A win's a win.
a win is a win.
Hey, it sounded like it worked though.
Exactly.
work.
Thank you. Exactly.
Yeah, Tom, since you're our special guest to end the show, what do you think? Do you think Ben's going to make the putt or miss the putt? He's going to hit a putt for us to end it. What do you think's going on here?
Oh, right now?
Right now.
He's locked in, bro.
You think so? I don't know. He might be nervous. He's got a crowd.
Yeah, why would I be nervous?
I don't know, Ben, because right now you got 13 million channel points coming in saying that you are going to make the putt. And last time there was this many channel points, you crumbled under the pressure. But I think you're going to lock in tonight.
He's locked in cogs.
You don't let me down.
Nah, he's locked in cogs for sure. No, he's locked.
I agree with you, Tom. I think he might be a little nervous.
You think so, Pat?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a big crowd tonight. Everybody's watching.
crowd.
You got FaZe Temper in the lobby. Let's see what Ben Nassim can do here, folks.
Have my back. What the fuck am I hearing?
I got a little skin in the game, Ben. Don't fuck me.
Bro, is he
damn
already
putt,
breaking?
bro.
He's already fucking breaking. Hit the paw. You're good. You got this, Ben. You got this. Hey.
Confident from my boys.
Hey, you got Ben. You got. I believe in you. Hey, get a round of applause for Ben Nassim. Step it up to the plate.
You're at the free throw line, man.
Yeah. Oh, he's stepping up to the green, ladies and gentlemen. He's got a. Oh no, he's pump faking.
What are you complaining about?
Nobody's bitching. Hit the fucking paw. Hit the paw. Oh, hit the paw.
Oh, it's a miss.
Here he goes, ladies and gentlemen. It's Ben
going on,
Nassim. It's Ben Nassim, and he makes the paw. Look at that, son. He flips off the camera.
Channel points are secure.
Ben Nassim, you sick bastard.
He's him, man. I'm telling you, bro.
Nah, Ben, that was cold. Ben, that was fucking cold, bro.
Disrespect is unbelievable.
Nah, Ben, you're him, Ben. You're fucking him.
bro.
Get a
Tommy's
win
all
spam
right,
in the chat, man.
Always, Tommy's at my back from day one. That's what I appreciate.
That's great.
Hey, I bet on you making it, Ben.
I like that from you, Sam.
Man, Ben Nassim, he shut up all the haters. Get a win spam in the chat. Show some love. But, guys, that's going to do it for the flank today. Tom, thank you for hopping on towards the end. Shout out to go fuck yourself, fucking asshole. Shout out to my man Dylan Attach for hopping on. That's my guy right there. Shout out to Dante. Is Dante still in? Dante, you're still in here. Dante, thank you so much for being in here. We appreciate you breaking down some gameplay today. I'm sure they'll love that. So thank you for hopping on. And guys, thank you for watching the watch parties and the show, man. Like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Go to anchor.fm/theflank to check out all the audio sites that we're on. Go to ZOOMAFIA.gg to go check out the merch. And go follow socials at The Flank on Twitter. Gert's doing a phenomenal job running socials per usual. So go follow The Flank, man. Take care. Brush your hair. Take it easy. And we'll see you guys next time on another episode of The Flank, man. Go fuck yourself. Some dogs, bro. Man.